Jollof.
They talking about jollof. Jollof. He just said
Jollof.
He said, wow. Hey, what about it?
Jollof, yeah.
Spicy. Hit your throat.
Jollof.
Yeah. Let's go.
154. Come to settle the score, yeah. Wyclef Jean, yeah. Just land in California, yeah. Drama with the TSA, yeah. Wanna see if me got me papers, yeah. Problem with the immigration, yeah. But I fix the situation. Jollof, yeah. I'm eating that jollof, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Nigeria, everything is alright. Yeah, we alright, yeah. Alright. If America is the United States of America, then why can't Africa, yeah, be the United States of Africa, yeah? And if England is the United Kingdom, yeah, why can't Africa unite all the kingdoms become the United States of Africa, yeah?
Go ahead.
We in the vibe, yeah. 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 They said I'm all about peace. Why carry a piece? I'd be damned if y'all shoot me with the same bullet y'all shot Kennedy. Same bullet shot Martin in the balcony. Same bullet traveled to India and shot Gandhi. Same bullet shot John Lennon in New York City. Tupac out in Vegas. Biggie out in Cali. Same bullet traveled to the mountain of Bolivia. And then it popped Che Guevara, went from cavemen, slave men, the church screamed amen, and then they lynched men. I bought y'all the 911 before the World Trade. Knew it was a risk, I saw the future through rage shades. I tried to warn them, they ain't wanna listen. Nostradamus saw the birds, now there's two things missing. Two sons sitting, Hussein's son sitting so calm. They father Saddam hung in the prison, man. I'll be damned if a man put a tag in my hand, had me in the sand, shooting at the brown man. Runner become the gunner become the hunter become the hunted on America's most wanted. Jollof.
Hey! Oh!
154, we all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154, we bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like
Welcome to another episode of 154. Today we're joined by a legendary 3-time Grammy Award-winning multi-platinum Haitian musician with Nigerian roots. He's a hip-hop pioneer, genre-defining rapper, global icon, hit-making singer, acclaimed songwriter, highly sought-after producer, composer, and one of the most influential artists of his generation. As a founding member of the Fugees, he helped create The Score, one of the best-selling hip-hop albums of all time, selling more than 22 million copies worldwide and earning 7-time platinum certification in the United States. With more than 35 years in the music industry, he's become one of the most successful and most respected figures in modern music while collaborating with some of the biggest artists in the world, including Beyoncé, Whitney Houston, and Shakira, a self-taught musical prodigy who learned to play 14 instruments by the age of 13. He's a multilingual performer, visionary hitmaker, musical maestro, and one of the most creative forces in music. Beyond the studio, he's used his platform as a humanitarian and social activist. Please welcome the incomparable Wyclef Jean to 154!
Sac passé. Naboule.
Hey.
What's up, man?
I don't hold you, man. That intro, I felt like James Brown.
And the JV, ladies and gentlemen.
It's crazy because you're living it, but to hear it, and you're a musician, so to hear it is just like, I'm sure when I'm reading it, I'm like, dang, I'm sitting in front of Wyclef, man.
Yeah, let's keep it 100.
Yeah,
no, man, what it is like, I always tell everybody, whatever you're most passionate about as a youth, you feel what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
When I was like in Marlboro Projects in Brooklyn, my cousins was sitting on that Atari. Others was on that ball court. My other ones were doing what they was doing. I was on them instruments, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And that's what makes you a musical maestro, man. Before we get into it, man, we wanted to kind of celebrate like we usually do. We have West African food here, Nigerian specifically. We've got Nigerian puff puff, chin chin. I know you've been around the world.
Yeah.
Have you had all this before?
I have, and you said something which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because for me, one of the most important things was like, I was like, where the hell do I come from? Like, I was like, yo, like, why am I so defiant? Like, why I ain't really scared of nothing in the universe but my mama that's like 4 feet, you know what I'm saying? And when she speaks, it's like it commands the giant in the room.
Yeah.
And I did my DNA test. And it was just amazing to see a very high percentage is like Nigerian, like over like 50%. And what was deep about that was like, you can imagine if it's over 50%, how much fighting like the warriors had to do to keep that bloodline going. You feel what I'm saying to you? So I traced it, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to know that, cause I'm always like, I land in America, American Haitian, you know what I'm saying to you? Like you trying, and then first time I went to Africa was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like, cause I didn't even know about, I sang about Africa before I went to Africa.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I had a
because
song called Diallo, Diallo.
Yeah.
Similar to Steve when they shot Diallo from West Africa in America when dude was pulling out his wallet. Remember they laid him
shots.
41 shots.
That's right.
Yeah.
41 shots for Diallo.
Sure.
I wasn't in Africa yet. I was in the middle of New York when this
And this
happened.
is before you even did your ancestry kind of.
But I always think if you go deep into the Fugees is short for refugees. So, there's always been a tie with just the whole world, and Africa's part of it. You know what I'm saying? It plays a big part of the world. Like we can't.
And this is why we wanted to, especially as an Afro-Caribbean, like we wanted to be able to have and expand the conversation. We've been getting a lot of people, kind of in our comments and, the whole goal of 154 meaning one continent, 54 countries, but the 54 countries isn't all of Africa. And the one is probably the most significant of the 154 podcast because it represents the entire diaspora. And you being from Haiti, that represents the diaspora, not only here in the United States, but all over. And so we wanted to break bread real quick. We've got right here, we've got the palm wine. Nigerian palm wine here.
All right.
Get you there. You can see we got the 154 cup. We just got that for you.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Now be careful. It can sneak up on you now.
Now listen.
That palm wine will get you.
Listen, I'm from Haiti. Ain't nothing sneaking up.
Ain't nothing. We've got.
I'm to your brethren.
You want some? It's still pretty hot. If you want to try something, it's still pretty hot.
All my Haitian friends always go, "Yo, man, I'm from Haiti, man. What you talking
better get it while it's hot, dog.
Relax, Jesus.
Yeah, we got.
All right, so
we got to do a little toast.
Yeah.
There we go. Good combo.
No doubt. Viva l'Afrique.
love. Viva l'Afrique.
No, viva l'Afrique.
All right, so in Haiti,
Yeah.
this is called marinade.
Say it again.
Marinade.
Mali. Oh, malinade.
Oh, wow.
So they
Everybody
have
got a
it. So
puff puff.
we call it puff puff, but so
But everybody
malinade.
got, see?
Everybody got their form of puff-puff.
Yeah.
We call it marinade.
Does it taste the same, or does it taste a little different? Make the same?
A little sweeter. This is a little sweeter.
Okay.
But again, spices is one of our greatest connections.
Yeah.
Even through the whole slave trade, no matter what they did, they couldn't separate our drums, our food.
No, heck no. And
what I mean?
and speaking of that unity, like we were just talking about that unity, we want to make sure we bear proper gifts for you. So, coming straight off of the World Cup, First off, shout out to Haiti.
Shout out, man.
Making it to the World Cup for
Yeah,
the
that's a
first
big
time since
deal.
1974, 52 years.
And so
Nigeria didn't even qualify.
We got our 154. We got our 154 jersey here. He's got his 154 football jersey, and we wanted to have something for you because your career, your music has always talked about unity, and so we have our exclusive brand new Unity jersey.
Oh wow!
That we wanted to give to you. You got to open it up, show it out. So you got the 154
like,
Unity
boy.
jersey.
See what it looks like, boy. Here we go.
You know, rappers love gifts.
Oh,
I'm feeling like DJ Khaled right now.
Oh, there it is.
Yes.
Oh, man, this is a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And you can see they've got
Yo.
the flags, all of the flags.
Come on,
there
Brody.
on the-
Fire, right?
Yep.
Come
all
on,
the flags
Brody.
of the African
Stop.
country. Yeah.
Stop playing, man.
Yeah, so there it is. You got the Unity colors,
Oh
man.
my God, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's just fire.
Yeah. So give me the history of your name. Give me the history of your Wyclef Jean. You give us your full name.
So my full name is Nel-Us Wyclef Jean. And you know, so we have long names, right? So Wyclef, which is my middle name, is Wyclef Jean, named after the reformator from England.
Oh.
So the first translation of the Bible, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, this is who translated it. So my dad was a theologian. So my dad was a minister.
Oh, so you're a PK kid.
I'm a PK.
Yeah.
So my dad, the way he got to America, he was preaching in his village. And some missionaries recognized dude and was like, yo, if he's doing if he's doing these kind of numbers in the village, we need him to be pushing his faith in New York. That's how my father got to America. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So he gave all of us like straight biblical names. We got Gershom, my other brother Gershom, Melchizedek, Rosa Sharon. So we all literally
4 of you guys?
5 of us.
Five of
2
you.
brothers and 2 sisters. So literally, that's sort of like where the name came from, you know what I'm saying? But you know, in America, you come from Haiti. It's like, yo, it was like, Wyclef Jean, yo, I need some of them jeans, man. And I go, yo, I could not shake it, man. Cause you know what? I got so mad that after a while, I just called myself Wyclef Jean. You know what I mean? I was like, why even get mad? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To you? I'd be like, cause I was like, it's Wyclef Jean. It's like, man, it's Wyclef Jean, man.
And you know what's
from North Carolina, baby? It's Wyclef Jean.
And when you look at the spelling, you think Jean in your head. You're like, Jean, but I know Jean. I've heard you say it.
Yeah.
It's just Wyclef Jean.
I wonder if Jean-Claude Van Damme had the same issues. You know what I mean? Or
Jean-Claude,
did they just call him Jean because he's, I don't know.
They call him Jean-Claude because he looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I look like Wyclef Jean.
and I grew up. My babysitters were Haitian. I grew up around Haitians my whole life.
Yeah.
So, and they were very like, we're in the same building in Chicago, but you're like, the food we're eating is sort of similar. Certain things are like, it's kind of similar, but they're speaking French because all my friends are Reginald, Patrick, Pierre, Patrick, Pierre Reginald, then there's Jacques Jean,
And
So
then you Chicago has a strong tie with Haiti.
Damn right.
So you have Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable.
Point du Sable, who discovered Chicago.
The
Haitian man.
Straight
Damn
Haitian,
right. Du Sable Museum, we have the Du Sable Museum, all of that. I've been to that,
I want to get into the Haitian history because there's a lot that I didn't like. Knowing that you were coming out, I didn't even go to sleep. You know what I mean? I was like, I wanted to make sure I was up on my Haitian, knowledge and there's so much that I was just kind of discovering. And one of it is, speaking of Jean-Jacques Dessalines.
Jean-Jacques Dessalines.
Yes.
Yeah, the emperor.
Yes.
Was he before Toussaint?
Okay,
Toussaint
great.
was his lieutenant, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So Jean-Jacques Dessalines, he was assassinated on October 17th. You know when I was born?
Oh, no.
October 17th.
Get out of here.
Oh, so wow.
Look at that.
I was born, like the emperor was assassinated. That's the same day I was born.
In the same year or the same day?
October 17th.
Oh,
same day. So my father always like.
Same year?
Yeah, so my dad, my
same
father
day. I meant
was
same
like,
day.
The same year.
Yeah,
Same
it's
day.
the same
Same
year.
day,
I mean,
not same year. You were born in 1800s. I know that. It was the same day.
I mean, y'all not telling these I'm a vampire. I done kept this secret so long.
I was born in 1805.
Wyclef is born in the 1800s, son.
Leave it up to him to catch that flub.
Yeah.
I was like, so that was the same year. Okay, let's move on.
I was going with it too, and I was gonna be like, yo, I had a white horse. You know what I'm saying? I had a sword, We ain't have Uzis then, we had a sword.
Oh man, but it's it's so cool, like the history, like you just even kind of get into it, like Haiti becoming the first freed black country in the world.
First black republic.
First black republic, 1804.
Yes, with the general.
Yeah, with
Toussaint Louverture.
Yes,
Louverture. That's the real.
He's a cold-blooded dude, like
chess master.
Yeah, tell us more about what you learned, because we didn't learn this in the U.S.
No, they wouldn't. They would never give us this kind of history.
Hell no.
Right? So, I mean, the thing about Toussaint Louverture, the way I try to explain it when I be explaining it to like some of my students and stuff when I be teaching, is I'd be like, just think of like the first black coach, right, of golf. I'm giving you an example. The first black coach of like, think of like how in golf, like we have to, every time we do something amazing, or think football, the first black, right? Because now when you're talking about a coach, right, you're talking about an architect. You're talking about someone who understands the playing field.
Yeah.
You're talking about someone who understands geometry, someone who understands physics, right? Understands movement, right? They've never placed us as black folks in that position of high anarchy of intelligence. So when we talk about Toussaint Louverture being the first black general, we basically saying like an equivalent to, if you want to talk about George Washington, you had George Washington, France had Napoleon, we had Toussaint. Now, all of these generals have to lead an army. And within leading an army, you have to basically operate from a poli-sci level, right? Where at the time, the general is literally looking at the landscape of what was called Española. Because the DR in Haiti was really one thing.
That's right.
One landmass.
One landmass. You know what I'm saying? All the way to, the Haitians helping liberate the Dominican Republic, right? I also have one of my uncles who was born in the DR. So this is the level of like Toussaint. So when we talk about Toussaint, it's like the Bobby Fischer of war, like understood strategy, right?
Bobby Fischer.
Right? And understood paramilitary, right? So what was deep is when we talk about Toussaint, we talk about Toussaint and we talk about Jean-Jacques Dessalines, right? It's sort of like, think of like for Obama to become the president, right? There was a Martin Luther King, for example, right? Right? There was a Martin Luther King. There was a Malcolm X. There was a Marcus Garvey.
Somebody who set the path.
Oh, the Medgar.
Yeah, and in Nigeria, what's my man? Shock, I'm going blank. He got killed by Belgium.
You're talking about, you're talking about Lumumba is Belgium. That's the French Congo, was Patrice Lumumba.
Yeah, in the Congo.
Yes.
Remember, she had that same idea of like, yo, I want to liberate my people.
Yes.
And remember, like he literally stood in front of the entire like mass with the French embassy, the Belgian embassy there, right? And then he said what he said. And then we saw how he was assassinated, right?
Yeah.
But it took all of that for us to get here today. So when we look at Toussaint and you look at Boukman, you look at Toussaint Jean-Jacques, I want you to look at before them, you have Boukman. Now, Boukman is one of the originals, right? So Boukman was actually born in Jamaica. And from Jamaica went to Haiti as a teen, right? And then why is it important that y'all got to know Boukman? So you know how Jamaica have the Maroons, right?
Yes.
So Boukman literally was the freedom fighter, the liberator, right? He created the idea of coupe tête, boule caille. Cut their heads off, burn their houses. Literally, he figured out because he was like, if we're gonna get our liberation, we have to come with a form of like liberté ou la mort, like the idea of like freedom or death. You know what I'm saying to you? So he literally was one of the dudes who spawned the start of what became later would be like Toussaint.
Oh, that's dope.
Jean-Jacques. And what's crazy when I get into the history about it, like from a math standpoint, you think like Haitians were operating with 2,000 soldiers, and the French and the British and Spain, they were coming in with tens of thousands, and you're talking about 2,000. I mean, this is one of the most modern, like David and Goliath type stories, you know, and the way they strategize and utilize the mountains to be able to lure in the terrain to be able to lure those guys in and knock them out. And then obviously with yellow fever as well, but it was like masterful technique in the way they took them out.
100%, you know, and I think one of the propagandas, again, that a stigma that I always try to kill is when automatically they talk about like Boukman within the Haitian Revolution, they always say, well, if, you know, the Haitians do voodoo, they applied, you know, voodoo, this is how they were able to like kill a lot of the dudes, they, you know, and then they put a stigma on the idea of voodoo, which is voodoo. Right?
Yes.
Right? So the idea is this. What's more powerful than 10,000 coming at me and I'm 2,000? How, I'm giving you an example. How would I strategize to win, right? So when people don't understand something, they fear it and they give it names like Serpent in the Rainbow, the Boogeyman,
like the movie.
The zombie is coming, right? But now let's look at it from a science point of view, right? You're dealing with 2,000 people. I'm giving you an example that understands how to operate when it comes to the land, right? They understand herbs, right? They understand if you mix this herb with this herb,
it will do
that. Yeah. They understand as farmers and as fishermen, right? If you apply this bone, you turn it into powder. This is all science. Okay. You know, later it becomes anesthesia and all of that stuff. I'm just breaking the basics of that. I just want to tell you, this is the science of the African people. Like, meaning like they're so smart, right? That they can apply Mother Nature to help them win a war. Wow. So at the end of the day, I always kill that mystique of saying, no, it's the power of faith. And the mystique that you see is all science. Right. So there's not a thing that happens that I can't break it down in the form of science. Right. And that's how advanced Toussaint was.
Ahead of time, because now we'll call it nuclear warfare, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they put some gas together and there's nuclear warfare. But then when you take stuff from the land and Mother Nature, as you said, and you use it for warfare, all of a sudden you give it a title like voodoo or something that is, you know, that demeans their ability to be able to create what they're—
Black magic.
Yeah. Again, right? So we all know that, you know, there's left, there's right. There's yin, there's yang. There's black, there's white. In the sense of just, there's good, there's evil. So no one is saying that evil doesn't exist, right?
Sure.
You could read any form of book that you want to read. You know, if you read the Quran, you know, you'll see the word jinn used a lot of times, right? Jinn, the demon, right? In the Bible, they apply the word sorcery, right? In different books, so we could keep going. And so you always see the idea of like, you know, black magic does exist, right?
Yeah.
But the idea of to taint a group of people that have won a revolution, right? Yeah. And then the rhetoric that they apply is like, oh, you have won this revolution because of black magic, is appalling to me. You know what I'm saying to you? So give us the credit and be like, yo, these were some real smart people who understood warfare and how to move forward.
Yeah, you know, I'll tell you one credit that needs to happen, and I'll say this too, because this is fascinating. I called my kids prior to this interview, because it's been a long time since I've been in school. I called a couple of my friends and was like, yo, what do you remember about history in middle school and high school about the Louisiana Purchase? And, you know, and going back and looking at, because Haiti beat France and whooped their butt, like just straight up, and defended and became that first, you know, Black Republic, that forced France into selling that whole entire Louisiana Purchase. But the way I was taught in school was it was because Thomas Jefferson was diplomatic and went over there. And
that Louisiana Purchase, it was so short and bullshit.
I was like, why would they lie to us like that? I'm like, I literally called my daughter before I was going. I was like, hey, Dad, said, did you hear or teach anything about Haiti?
It was always obscure.
She just graduated from the 8th grade. So, this is fresh for her, like fresh. She's like, no, I never heard of Haiti.
Yeah.
I was like, crazy. Wow. Like, but that's not part of it. But that was the exact reason why they sold for $15 million. They sold, France sold their territory.
Yeah, we said that's like, in the United States, that's the best real estate deal ever.
Right.
The Louisiana
And it's because of Haiti.
100%. Haiti.
Yeah.
Are you guys still paying back France? I want to know. Is it done? Because you paid for the Eiffel Tower pretty much.
Yeah. And that, again, the last president, I think, that challenged that was, I think, Jean-Bertrand Aristide.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the last one. He did like my man in the Congo. Remember when he was talking about, like, he had everyone there. He was like, yo, man, we gonna need some reparation now. You know what I'm saying to you? And I think the debt is still in, you know what I mean?
It's 100, going back just historically, 150 million francs because Haiti beat France is 150 million gold francs that they say, hey, look, you guys owe us reparations for beating us. And that's equivalent to about $22 billion, which really devastated Haiti. Like, I mean, Haiti is, till this day, has never really been able to recover from this thing that was imposed for winning the war.
Yeah. You know what? And you said something which is interesting. But the question is, even go deeper, why did Haiti even start paying that back?
Yeah,
right?
Why?
Because at the end of the day, if Napoleon decided to come with the whole grid, it was like, do we pay or do we let him come with the entire army? Right? Wow. Think about it at the time. I think like this is a part, I always talk about that in history. I always say, but why though, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't we just, you know what I'm saying? Like go out. But the fathers at the time felt like, yo, keep in mind, Toussaint Louverture went over to France thinking he could negotiate with Napoleon.
Yeah, put him in prison.
Put him in prison and they put him in the dungeon.
Yeah.
And right, because all of this was like, because his idea was like, yo, I could negotiate. You feel me? So, again, right, they put him in the dungeon and all the way up to his dying days, he wrote the letters, you know what I'm saying to you? And I always
know about what are the letters?
Well, the thing is, he would write from the dungeon. And one of the greatest things that he's written in that dungeon where people like me just be inspired, like, you know what I'm saying, is I'll take the words, but I'll make them very simple, right? So in simplicity, one of the verses I got from was like, yo, you could do whatever you want to me, but the seeds have basically been planted, right? So like, no matter what you do to me, like a Wyclef is gonna rise.
Yeah.
A Jason Derulo's gonna come. You know what I'm saying too? Like, do whatever you want. There's still gonna be a Kodak Black, do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Haiti will get to where it needs to get to in the future.
Yeah, I want to give Haiti, its props because, you think about that, United States would not be as big as it is today had it not be because of the Haitian Revolution. Like it wouldn't have happened. It would have been a smaller East Coast territory and that would have never happened, So it makes me think like, why wouldn't the U.S., especially when you start getting into it, and you start thinking about a lot of the meddling that the U.S. has had within Haiti, like why wouldn't America show appreciation to Haiti? Because there was the embargo during the Kennedy era. There was all these things that has happened that's just been imposed and punished Haiti. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think we in America have a lot of work to do, right? We have a lot of places that we have to a lot of things we got to figure out.
Yeah.
So if I was to ask you how long ago when they told black people, you can't go into this bathroom, or sicking dogs on you, or you standing there and then you watching your cousin get hung. How long ago was that?
Not that long.
Not that long ago.
Not long.
I mean, they were hanging.
Okay, so not long ago. So at the end of the day, I think that there are things that we're still trying to fix here. right? So at the end of the day, when you look at a situation like Haiti has been, and I'm very politically savvy, where like people can't like hokey dokey me.
I mean,
right?
you almost ran for, you ran for president.
Yeah,
Almost, you ran for it.
So I'm gonna say something, Democrats might not like this, right?
Okay.
So, but Haiti to me has always been a playground for Democrats, right? So for Haiti to move forward, Haiti needs a bipartisan front. Like it has to be Republicans and Democrats and independents in the middle that want a better Haiti. Cause like that, then when certain oligarch families come from Haiti and they go to Washington, D.C. to lobby, right? And because they got the capital, they could buy influences in certain situations. But if there's a bipartisan front for Haiti, that becomes harder.
Why would the Democrats be upset about that?
Well, I just said it's basically has been a playground for Democrats. Like they haven't, I don't know, it's like not till recently Republicans have started getting involved in Haiti. Haiti cannot, and when I tell you that, it means like if I'm a lobbyist from Haiti and I'm going to DC, most likely I'm lobbying with Democrats, right? So I'm like, yo, help me get this bill passed, right? And then I'm going to help you get the bill passed, right? But at the end of the day, with these 12 million people, the majority of the people that are benefiting ain't the population.
At all.
80% of the population living on less than $1 a day. So what I'm telling you is, within any form of policy, right, the best results you get is when it's bipartisan. Because when it's bipartisan, it means both sides are working, even with the independents, like trying to push this stuff forward. And Haiti has never had that chance. So as we move towards the future, Haiti can't, again, I say we still got problems we got to fix here. But I'm just saying,
my goodness.
But I'm just saying, when people be like, oh, but what's going on with Haiti? And what I could tell you in Haiti is for Haiti to move forward, it can't be a one-sided. It has to be bipartisan.
Is there also, is it uranium there? What's there? There's a lot, there's
Sugar and
resources.
coffee.
And then there's another, like a uranium, if I'm not wrong, there's millions, tons of that in Haiti also. I heard
Have
about
you looked
that.
that up?
Yeah.
Can you look, is there uranium?
They have resources that I think they're trying to get. Because then I heard about there was fighting amongst like rebels, some rebel gang type of thing going on. I was like, what's going on now? I was like, because I just want to know if you know that.
Yes. So when even before running, right? So for years, we have a lot. But the thing is, just in a nutshell, that you mentioned that when you have resources, right? You could be like, I could tell you like Haiti has gold, insane amount of gold, right? So that means literally a company has to come in, right? And then they got to decide, okay, we're going to do the drilling, right? And then this is for everything, that the different resources, the resources are endless that we have. In the north of Haiti, we have marble, for example, what's shipped to Italy and the different places. Now, again, what I want y'all to understand is Haiti is within the Americas. So just look at the map. So anything like within the Americas, wherever you see there's oil, wherever you see there's gold, wherever you see there's water, it's similar. Like the islands are similar, but it's like, who's going to invest, right? So for example, take Venezuela right now. Right? So you look at Venezuela and like, okay, man, hold up. This place got more oil than anywhere, right? So the first thing though is like the investment has to come in, right? Because now you got to invest in turning the oil into oil. Right? And making it work. I'm showing you this, right? So at the end of the day, there's a bigger incentive in going to be in Venezuela, for example, because Venezuela, it's like there's something that's called every country has their own interests, right? So at the end of the day, you can't be in the forefront if you don't have something to offer. That's just how life works. My problem is like Haiti has everything to offer, but the problem is they take so much out of Haiti that in order for it to get back, it's going to take strong policies. and fighting the anti-corruption law.
Well, the anti-corruption is probably one of the biggest things, because you look at, the United States involvement in making sure that there are certain leaders put in place to continue to kind of keep the people in their position. You look at especially when you look at, Haiti and what it's been through over the years, the embargo, like it has been so hard for Haiti to prop up outside of all of the nonsense. And I've wondered, like, what does it take for Haiti to break free from all of that? Like, I even think about something as recent as the 2010 earthquakes. And you think about the Red Cross. The Red Cross, they've
Billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars. And they often call Haiti the NGO, the Republic of NGO, right? These non-government organizations. They go, hey, please donate to Haiti, the earthquake.
Yeah.
And they literally, with the billions of dollars that the Red Cross received, they put up 6 homes.
Yeah.
6 homes in Haiti. That was it.
Yeah.
And so everyone seems to be profiting off of Haiti. What does Haiti need to do to just get everybody out and to be able to rebuild on itself?
Well, you awoke, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you awoke. Again, in order for any place to move forward, legislation is important. Yeah. If you don't have a legislation, you're gonna have to have a revolution, right? And a revolution with the people. And where Haiti is at right now, a revolution of arms will not work, right? Because a revolution of arms will not work geographically where we at. So we have over 1 million diasporas outside of the country. So if we want our country to move forward, here's a few things you need to do. The first thing is we need to pass laws so that we here can vote for who we want to be the president in Haiti, who we want to run the parliament in Haiti. If we are sending $4 billion back home through the remittance company, which is more than the GDP of the actual country, then we should have a say on how the country moves forward. Right?
You thought a lot about this.
So again, 1 million people, 1 million Haitians that are here, right? We need to look at DC and says, look, moving forward, we need a bipartisan front. We need legislation that's not going to hurt the people, but actually move the country forward. Yeah. So again, I always say that the future of Haiti lies in the diaspora that's outside of Haiti, right? Remember when things happen, the dictatorships happens, what happens? The scientists leave the country, the librarians leave, the philosophers leave, right? And then you lose the soul of the country. So at the end of the day, the diaspora has to be willing to sacrifice certain things to make this thing better.
I want to go to your childhood. What was it like growing up? Because you came over to the States when you were about 8 years old. What was it like growing up in Haiti in the early years that you recall?
So I was with Miss Hill, AKA Lauryn Hill, AKA El Boogie. Yeah, okay. My sis. Yeah, I was with the sis. And we was having a conversation. And she was like, yo, man, like everything you say since we've been little, bro, you just be like, you exaggerate so much. I really thought it was exaggeration when you told me you ate mud pies. Yeah. Right? And she was like, yo, I was looking at TikTok. Mud pies is a real thing. I said, I told you. They thought I was capping. I was just telling them, like, yo, I was like,
pie? Well, like, what do you
dirt,
put in a mud pie?
Dirt from the floor, like literally,
dirt, like as in dirt.
You make a mud pie.
You
dirt.
make
you know what dirt looks like?
Yeah, I know,
bro. I take the dirt, make it like that, and then I eat the dirt.
Time out. Yeah.
Time out.
Eat mud.
That can't be sanitary or
you ain't never ate mud, man?
No.
Okay.
You ain't black. You ain't black, brother. No, ain't never had no mud pie.
No, I mean,
you out here had pumpkin pie.
Actually, I don't eat pumpkin pie. Sweet potato pie.
You gonna carrot cake?
Wait. So, but how do you know if that? I mean, it can't be healthy. Like, there's no nutritional value.
So my brother, I have 2 brothers, and one live in California. He's a lawyer.
Okay.
His name is Samuel Jean. And then we're a year apart. I promise you, if he was sitting right here right now, he would look at you and says, it was mineral dirt. It was healthy, right? So this is what he would tell you. Right? My brother has a way of like everything that just seemed like the worst thing, he finds light in it.
Oh, okay. All right.
ain't nothing healthy about no mud. I could have died, and that time I had worms in my stomach, man. I ain't lying to you, bro.
Wow.
So
You didn't season it or nothing?
how you gonna season it
with
mud,
what?
man?
I don't know. I'm confused.
You know, the herbs and spices with mud. You don't mix it up with something. Maybe sprinkle some paprika or something. You know, is there a spice cabinet somewhere? I would like to spice up this mud. Is there a pile of I can put some sugar on? Or some stevia?
Yo, man, y'all need to stop.
You know I have sugar diabetes.
Yo, man, y'all need to stop, man.
Yo, spice. What? Yo,
Bro, okay, so
I love Akbar's. Like,
bro.
what?
No, so
Plain
you know
mud?
there's levels to this. Like, I used to think growing up poor for me was like, oh man, we don't have nothing. You just get bread, put sugar in it, throw ketchup in it,
We did all
throw
that.
some
We all
salt in
did
it.
all that.
I did that later.
Yeah.
I mean, but that was an upgrade.
You telling me it was an upgrade? You damn real it was an upgrade. But what I was getting at was, to your point, right? You see how it's so crazy because it just doesn't make sense. So when we younger, and I'm telling her, she's like, yo, where you from? You know, we're talking about Haiti, and I'm like, yo, this is what I said. Yo, at times I literally ate like mud pies. Like it was a reality. Another thing, when I take you to where I was born at, it's like a shack. Like, so when 60 Minutes did a special on me, like back in the days when they went to like Kwadebuke, where I'm from, if you ever seen the movie Slumdog Millionaire.
Hell yeah.
It's like, so that's me. That's in the beginning of the movie.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying to you? So you understand, like, there's not a bathroom. It's called a latrine. You know what I'm saying to you? There's no bathroom. It's called a latrine. The latrine is like that whole latrine, like in the middle. I think like in the bayou in Louisiana, like deep in the parts. Like there's parts I've seen in deep Louisiana.
Just like Haiti.
That looks like rough, like Haiti, like in that part. So at the end of the day, this was one side of it, right? The other side of it, white beach, beautiful blue waters. Amazing fishing experience, right? So the thing is, what was amazing about Haiti, similar to Brazil, it was like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying to you?
Good
So you can
description.
have one side where it's like the beast, you know what I'm saying? And then you literally go around the corner and you have the beauty. So at the end of the day, Haiti is one of the most beautifulest places that you could come across in the world. But we can't hide the idea that poverty and extreme poverty is a real thing. Not just in Haiti. I've been to Brazil, India, Africa, all parts. When we say so, the part of the poverty that I came from like 1 to 8, was the extreme part, I'd say.
Wow. And so so your siblings, like, you know, you guys came to the United States, but prior to you guys coming to the States, what were other things that happened during your childhood, like from the educational standpoint? Like, what was all that experience like?
Well, my dad left me when I was 1. My mom was big stomach with my other brother, and he got a visa to come preach in the United States. At the time, President Ford was the president. There was a law, like if you had kids in the United States at the time, the immigration laws was a little different. Like you literally now can apply for your citizenship. So they had one of my brothers and one of my sisters in the United States. After they had them, then they applied for citizenship, and then they came back and brought me and my brother to America. So me and my brother, when we was coming to America, I was like 8, my brother was 7. But this is how it went down. So in this village that I tell you that I come from, I ain't never seen a white person ever in this village, right? One time, a Jeep pulls up in this village, right? And from the eye of a kid, right? I never seen no Jeep before. So this thing looked like Martian
Transformers
land.
or something.
Martian land. And then out of the Jeep comes this white man. And when I say white man, that's how we call it. It's like the Indians, Les Blancs. You know what I'm saying to you? So then the white man goes in the back of the Jeep and he takes 4 bags of rice. And then he starts to walk towards us. He has long hair. This is the first time I'm seeing a white man. And then so I look at my grandma and I'm like, and I'm talking Creole to her, right? And I said, "Go aquí, Asaye. Translation, Grandma, who is this? C'est Jésus-Christ. And she
Jesus
said,
Christ?
That's Jesus Christ, right? So now Jesus Christ,
He's like, what's up, guys?
right?
JC here.
So
Got your bags right.
So JC, my homie, comes, and then and JC, right, is at the time, I don't know he's an evangelist. You feel what I'm just showing from the eye of a kid.
Yeah.
So he brings this rice, brings the beans, you know, he's doing his missionary work. And I remember when JC was leaving, and I'm a little kid, bro. And I look at my grandma and I said, why ain't he leave the seeds and the fertilizer? Cause you know, when the season comes back around, we're gonna need to plant something.
You thought that at 8?
Yeah, but which kid wouldn't think that at 8? Like where we live at, the soil is where everything comes from, right? You either have soil or you working in farming. Like you really got to understand the importance of that one chicken, bro.
Yeah.
That one chicken is everything. That one cow is everything. You got to get up super early and walk, because that's going to determine how your months are going to go.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you that. So then a year goes by, my father and mother comes to get us at the airport. Now they dress me and my brother for the first time. We looking all straight Caribbean, you know, with our suit on, our shoes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. High waters, you feel me? Pants, high waters. We got the pants all the way up to here. And you know, we little, and we get to this airport, and we've never seen an airport before in our life. I'm just showing you from the contrast of the village to the airport.
Into the city, yeah.
So now the bird comes down, and we finally see the giant bird, because from the village, we could never see the plane. It was so high, and it's a bird. We're kids.
Yeah.
So we used to get our slingshots and try to shoot the bird. I mean, it'll be called terrorism today. But I'm saying, you feel what I'm saying?
Look at these kids.
So you feel me? Like, I'm just showing you the mind of a kid. Like, I'd be like, yo, the bird is coming. Yeah. And then here we are with slingshots trying to shoot the plane down. Dog, we get on this plane. I'm sitting down and my brother's sitting, and my brother historically starts to cry, freaking out like he's having a seizure. I'm like, son, what's wrong? So he's like, right? And then I turn around, and now we mad confused because we see like 50 white people. And now they all, this is what even makes it more confusing.
I thought it was the plane, okay.
No, this is what makes it more confusing. They all have the same uniforms on. So now they come up and we don't speak English. So, you know, the ladies be like, is everything all right? You know, but to us, it sounds like Martian language. Oh, yeah, right? And then so my brother's like, and he says, who's these people? I said, calm your down. These are Jesus Christ's cousins.
Because of the missionaries.
These got to be Jesus' cousins. I'm showing you from the mind of a child.
Yeah.
So when I land in New York, we land in JFK Kennedy Airport. What does that look like? Oof. We on this airplane, and as we moving and we get into the city, I see 2 birds. The Twin Towers. This is the image, like I could see it. And then I look down and I tell my brother, we rich. Because all of the lights just look like diamonds. And in the village, they used to tell us, when you get to America, it's the city of diamonds. It's so rich that when snow falls, the snow is the diamonds. So we get there and we land there, my man. And from there, we picked up in the LTD station wagon. Them long station wagons, old school wagons.
Oh, wow.
Like built for 100 of us.
Yeah.
Like only fit 10, but could take 100.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now we get in this big wagon, you know, one of my uncles real happy.
Big,
you know what I'm saying?
It didn't have the wood panels on the side, did it?
Yeah.
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
So we got the paddles and we going, and now we pulling up in front of Marlboro Projects in Coney Island. And when I tell you the joy that was in my heart, when I looked at my brother and I said, yo, we finally arrived.
Wow.
We've made it. Because coming from that hut to looking at that building with bricks.
Damn.
There was no way I was going back. Cause to me in my brain, like I told you, I'm from a hut. So seeing a bricks building, bro, you like, yo, you feel like the Jeffersons, man.
Wow.
We moving on up.
No doubt.
That was my mentality.
How did the resilience from how you grew up, how did that help you transition into the States? Like, you know, because, you know, going into the projects was different, but it was different for you probably. But what type of resilience did you get and carry with you from Haiti?
Just the unstoppable mode, the defiant, the kick me down as much as you want. Every time you kick me, all you doing is applying fuel to my pressure.
Yeah.
Ooh. You know what I'm saying to you? So I would say like those are the kind of things, you know what I'm saying? But we it wasn't easy in the projects, right? Yeah. So you see, I don't talk about certain things, I don't glorify it. But you
what
know,
do you mean?
Like, you know, if I was to explain like, you know, some of my family members were the most lethalest, like, you know, because I took the route different, but my cousins that took the route of criminality, there was some of the most infamous. You know what I'm saying to you?
I appreciate where you're going with that, because there's something that I know specifically too. Like I've always felt this, like especially in, you know, in the culture, is that your blackness or your realness is defined by how gutter you are. Like, you know, like, oh, I experienced this and I had this, and then whereas I recognize that is a, you know, kind of because of the circumstances and this, you know, and where we live, and that becomes more glorified than maybe alternative stories. Like, because you said something that made me think, it's like, I don't glorify it. And there are a lot that may have to glorify it in order to justify their being.
Let me tell you, anyone who's watching this, Suge Knight, he probably watching this right now.
Yeah.
You could ask him about me. Fugees don't have no security.
No.
We like 100 million records strong, jewelry on us, all kind of watches. We walking around in any kind of hood, any kind of tribe, any kind of gang, any type of set, anything you could think of. We move freely. One simple law.
What's that?
Respect the community.
Ooh.
Right? So at the end of the day, it's all about respecting the community.
Yeah.
You can't floss what they don't have. You have to literally understand them, because if you're from them, you have to be part of them. So in understanding that, when we was doing the score, I remember as authors, how we decided to portray the pen game, right? And then I remember they was like, yo, I don't know if y'all gonna withstand, you know what I'm saying? Cause, you know, they got Biggie, they got Jay-Z, you know, this who's come, you know, Tupac, everybody, how, you know what I'm saying? And then the execs that was saying that, I looked at them and I realized something. I was like, damn, they really don't think like in the projects, there's different authors. Right. Like every different author, like Jay's an author, Pac's an author, Big's an author, Lauryn's an author, Nas an author, Wyclef's an author. They want to see the same story told over the same way.
Word.
Right.
Right. They don't want to accept that. That's why. So the thing is, for us, it's like, if I'm in the most dangerous project, right? And so am I cooler to tell you, like, you know, like I took this gun from this fiend, you know what I'm saying to you? Or I went, and you don't think I was part of all of that? You don't think I stole the cars in New Jersey, drive, you know, me and my brothers, sisters, sometimes donuts for joy rides and all kind of stuff. But I watch people get killed in the process. You don't think like on the Ave, like I had my man Fats, Velsburg High School, right on the Ave, gunpoint, like see murder for the first time in your life.
Wow.
Like I seen the prom queen, the baddest chick in high school turn to the prom fiend. I seen what the crack do to her, like right in the middle. And I was like, my sisters ain't never going near that, right? Yeah. So at the end of the day, with the score, we wanted to portray the same, because, you know, on Ready or Not.
Yeah, ready or not. Yeah.
Now that I escape, sleep, walk, awake, those who could relate know the world ain't cake. Jail bars ain't golden gates. Those who fake, they break when they meet their 400-pound mate. If I could rule the world, everyone would have a gun in the ghetto, of course, when giddy up and on their horse. I kick around drinking moonshine. I pour a sip in the concrete for the deceased, but no, don't weep. Wyclef in a state of sleep thinking about the robbery that I did last week. Money in the bag, banker look like a drag. I want to play with pelicans from here to Baghdad. Gun blast, think fast, I think I'm hit. My girl pinched my hips to see if I still exist. I think not. I'll send a letter to my friends, a born again. Hooligan, only to be king again, right? So our whole movement was like reform. Like, it don't matter where we started, but we ain't gonna end up with that. You see what I'm saying to you? So that's always been like the message, like coming to the States. Like for me, being on the block, understanding how the neighborhood function. You know what I'm saying to you? I was a little confused though, cause I thought all black people was the same.
Right. What do you mean?
I thought every black person was the same. The way I told you, I never seen a white man.
Yeah.
So when I got to the projects, I saw nothing but black people.
Yeah.
And then, so I went up and I was, hey, my brothers, how you do, brothers?
Oh, boy.
You my brother, my friend.
Who's this clown right here?
Exactly.
Yo, who's this clown at?
Oh, boy.
He's trying to sun me right now. Yo, my man.
There you go, right there. That's how
Hey,
it
my
went.
brother.
Yo, and they playing
Like
CeeLo.
Eddie Murphy.
And they playing CeeLo, man.
You.
Yo,
dude. Yes.
Exactly. Straight like that, man. And they playing CeeLo.
And did you learn, how quickly did you learn? Because when you said that, it took me back to, I remember being, clown, being first gen Nigerian, right? And I told the story many times before, but I remember my dad said, don't mind them. They're all Africans, don't mind them. Because I grew up in Crenshaw here in LA, so it was, at the time, majority blacks.
Yeah.
And so when I go and say, oh, my dad said, you African too? We ain't African. And it was like, oh, and it was this whole thing. Right, the whole nine, right? Like, what was your experience once you realized that, because I can only imagine that didn't go over well.
No, I say, so my newest bar, right? So one of the joints on Clef Notes is with G Herbo. And it's a combination of nephew and unc, right? Yeah. And I said, the first line I says is, you speak English, that's common sense. Me, I had to learn how to speak English for self-defense. Going through them projects, your boy learned to battle rap. The more my punch connected, the less I had to scrap, and that's real rap. So that's how I got into hip hop, you feel me? So that's how I got into battle rap, because I was like, yo, okay, I'll be back.
I'll be
back.
You battle rapped LL Cool J.
Yeah, I battle rapped a lot of people.
Yeah, that
talk about it.
Because when I heard that, because I know, can I bust? That was LL, and you, and your line at the end was like, go somewhere and lick your lip. Yo, son.
Listen, you are not gonna get LL Cool J to me up. It ain't gonna happen.
Yo, because LL was the battler.
He's still the battler, and he's like 6 foot something with
he's a big old dude, man.
He's gonna be like,
and you,
I seen the blood clot interview.
But you came at him. I was like surprised. I was like, Wyclef is LL Cool J. I said, what caused that at all? I don't even know where, because I knew about the Kumo D, the Ice-T. I knew when he was going against all those, but I was like,
how'd you get into
this happen? Yeah.
Well, I'm a hip hopper, right?
Right.
So the thing is, don't let the guitar fool you. Don't let
well, you might be Desperado though. The guns come out the guitar.
Instruments fool you, man. You know what I'm saying? So battle rap is a sport.
Yeah.
So it was Cannabis versus LL.
Yep.
I was managing Cannabis at the time, and then remember they went back and forth with that.
Did.
And then this is just how hip hop is.
It was really good.
If you inside of the fold, you're gonna get stung. I've just become part of it. So, and it was a good battle at the end of the day. Like they went back and forth. And so now with LL's comeback, right? Because I'm part of the Cannabis clique, you're gonna get one. And then so I'm listening, and then LL goes, something. You Bob Marley imposter, right? He called me a Bob Marley imposter. Right? So, Yo, shout out to LL.
Yeah.
And then, so the thing is, you got to understand, when you talk about hip hop, like the Fugees on the first album, like LL is someone, I say his name like 3 times. Like he's somebody that I'm inspired, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
no
the way he
doubt.
used to be like, nah, radio, believe it.
Hell yeah.
So he's like, I'm a big fan.
Of course.
So I was like, but the thing is, again, like, so you're young. I don't remember how many years this is, right? This is a while back. So evolution. So you're young. And then, so now I'm like, so now you get on your superstar, right?
Yeah.
So, but my girl, like, yo, I'm literally married to the girl from the block. You know what I'm saying to you? So she was on the block getting her hair did with her friends. You know what I'm saying? When they get their hair did, one of the friends is like, did you hear what LL said about your husband?
Lit you up too. That lit you up.
Yo, listen, man. Yo, and then listen, did you hear what? He called your husband a Bar Marley imposter. She was like, what? Yo, what's going on? I'm cool. Yo, you heard what LL said to you about you, right? I'm like, yeah, you know, but I'm bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep doing me. You know, I don't got no time to be responding. I'm just gonna keep it high level. She's like, that.
Hey, wives can do that, man.
Yeah, she's like, that, you better let them know where you from.
Oh, put a battery in your back, huh?
Yeah, it was like that Denzel do something when the woman's like do something. So, you know, every war starts with the woman, right? You know, it's like, so, go conquer Rome. So, and you're like, So I went and then I did that. So that's where that appeared at.
Okay.
So that's how that came about. You know
I didn't know you was part of that clique with cannabis, because that was good battle.
Yeah, I was managing cannabis.
Okay, that's why. Because I was like, because I heard both of them, and then I go, can I bust? I'm like, because I'm so used to LL and his battles. I go, where's this? And never knew because I remember.
And then I said, what's Clef got to do with it? What's Clef? I ain't no Bob Marley imposter.
Because I remember meeting Kumo D in a grocery store, Ralph's.
Kumo D, wow.
I'm in there, and because doing comedy so long, Kumo's like, yo, God, what's up? I'm like, oh, Kumo D. Yeah, so we're in the aisle.
Yeah. What was y'all in the Wild Wild West? Sorry. Sorry.
Did you just say?
Sorry.
Why don't you say how you like me now at the same time?
Wild Wild West. Sorry.
All right, I'm ready. We were in the West. We were in L.A. in Ralph's. And I said, man, cool, I just want to ask, what started this whole thing? He goes, yo, I was a communications major. I was at City College, I was busy, boom, boom, boom. And I'd run into LL, and I didn't have time to talk to him. And he was like, hey, man, I really like your stuff, blah, blah, blah. He says, man, I got to go. Because he's like, I had like he had to be out. And LL felt like he dissed him. And he was like, yo, man, this me. And so that's when it started. It was on a mistake.
Yeah, he took it personal.
He took it personal.
Okay.
And so Kumo D in his album cover has a car with LL's Kango. He runs with under his tire. And so that's when
it started.
That's when because it's always something real small.
But hip hop, at the end of the day, like jousting is part of it, right?
Yes, no doubt.
And the thing is, like, no matter how you try to scuffle out of it, like if you inside of a clique, and when they come, if you part of that clique, they're gonna just fire.
For you.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody, that's like a roast.
But at the end of the day, it's like, you get older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? When I see LL, I just give him that big giant hug. You know what I'm saying to you?
No doubt, of course.
And
He
let
rap
him
all
know.
the way around because he's a big man.
He's a big dude. Halfway, just let him know how much he influenced me in the culture. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But like, I think like in history, to battle rap and for it not to go to some street and somewhere people dying, that kind of level. Yeah. That's the part that we need to stay. That's the part I think that kills the culture.
Yeah,
when it goes outside of the sport and it goes to the street, and then we start losing each other.
Speaking of rivalry, I'm known for a video that went very viral about I made fun of Dominicans.
Oh.
I know black, Papa, I know black. Okay?
They get on you.
Oh, yeah, it's all good. Yeah. But I have people have t-shirts, I have Dominicans going, I'm so happy that you said it. Yo, my dad is the same complexion as you. And he be saying he not black, you know?
Yeah.
But this whole thing with Dominicans, like not all, Dominicans checking Haitians, stopping them in the street and taking them to jail. Yeah. How do you feel about that? There's this rivalry because they're part Haitian. Yeah. I mean, you got Trujillo, who was the president of the Dominican Republic, who was half Haitian and dressed up like Hitler and put powder on his face. You know, he was ashamed of his Haitian heritage. How are you feeling about that? Do you ever think about, I gotta make something to talk about this, to address this? You know what I mean?
I do. My uncle is half Dominican. And his name is Raymond Joseph. He was born in the Bate and that side, right? Again, it starts off with the rhetoric is at the hierarchy. So if I take a Haitian kid and a Dominican kid and they 4 years old and I put them in Haiti, they're going to play. Yep. They're going to grow up together. They're going to be brothers for life. What happens is when they're 5 or 6, the rhetoric that's given from the very top with the government is like, these people are rats. They stink. They're mouses. They're traitors. They don't belong in this country. So automatically, what you think is going to happen when the kid turns 10 or when the kid turns 12, right? Yeah. So I think like one of the things that can help that situation is as we move towards the future, more partnerships with Dominican artists, Haitian artists. Yeah. Dominican players, Haitian players, right? Because what happens is the rhetoric has to be changed. The same way the politicians are doing their rhetorics, I feel like if the kids start to see the entertainers getting together, right? Because at the end of the day, the music that y'all dancing to, Hips Don't Lie by Shakira, a Haitian wrote it, right? Yeah. Y'all dancing to Maria Maria, a Haitian wrote that, right? And I could keep going, right?
Be here for it though, by the way.
And then, so a Haitian wrote that with a Dominican uncle, right? So at the end of the day, as we move forward, I always say like the check-in got to be like more Dominican artists and Haitians have to more get together. And what's crazy is that shit is only on the island because in New York, we don't have that problem. No. Everything is love. Yeah, that's how you could see that rhetoric is coming from the island. But the way that Haitians are treated out there are inhumane, you know?
It's scary. It's scary. And there's a disrespect because I remember like I grew up here in the West Coast. And I remember there was just played 1 year with the Miami Dolphins. It was 2007. And that was the first time I had ever really become familiar with Haitians. I had one teammate when I was with the Chargers, Jacques Césaire, and he was the only Haitian I ever knew. And then when I went out to the Dolphins in Miami, I just realized it was like this disrespect, like, oh, that person's Haitian, right? Like it was like this constant disrespect. And I was blown away by it because, the crazy thing is, you know how we can identify as, oh, that person's Nigerian. Yeah. Before I knew really about Haitian, I was like, oh, that person's Nigerian. Like,
you can't tell Haitian. They were like us.
Yeah, they were like, oh no, I'm from Haiti.
No, it's the same tribe. Yeah. And again, like very conscious of that. That's why in '96, when I got my first Grammy ever, like that's why I wore my Haitian flag out there. Yeah. Like, so that was the first time the world ever saw a flag. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And my other man, he wore his Jamaican flag, Steve Marley, because on Flatbush at the time, it used to be a lot of fight with Jamaicans and the Haitians. Like, it used to be kind of wars, you know what I'm saying to you? And I think like coming out with them flags, we set a tone. Yeah. That's what I was saying. More entertainers have to naturally want to set that tone from both sides.
And that's what we're doing because we have, our history, is deeply, interconnected in, the Yorubas, the Igbos. Yeah. And there's been that rivalry. And I'm like, so happy my parents did exactly what you talked about, which they didn't spill all that stuff down to us. So we don't carry the same thing. And so for us to be able to sit here knowing that there was history from the Biafra War, but that we can sit together as brothers and be able to have these deeper conversations. Like it was very intentful that we gave you the Unity jersey because it's something that I've just kind of watched in the way you move is like, you're always looking for that unification, like you to go from the biggest star on the planet to say, you know what? I want to do something. I'm going to go run for president of, there are not a lot of people who are at the top of their game. Let's face it. You weren't getting a pay raise going to go be
No.
you know, the president of Haiti.
No.
Like, you stopped everything in the middle of your career to do that. Like, what emboldened you to do that? Because, you know, if you're sitting at the top, you know, you're like, you know, I can just enjoy
I
it back
thought you
here.
would have a chance. I said, he might be.
I honestly
win
did
this
too.
one. But there must be a lot of red tape.
No, definitely a lot of red tape.
Yeah.
But what happens is, in 2,000 years from now, what are they going to really remember? Right? When a generation is born and the next generation, you know, oh, Clef was here and he was doing what? Oh, he was at the World Cup with Shakira. Oh, this guy's a genius. He broke all these kind of world records.
Yeah.
None of that is cool, but a kid that's in a village of Brazil ain't gonna worry about that. In India, it's gonna be like, yo, a man that can leave everything at the highest form to sacrifice himself for his people, that's a greater man.
Yeah.
So at the end of the
You gonna
day,
make me cry. Damn,
yeah,
that's-
right. But
that's
at the
deep.
end of the day, why did I do it? Because Toussaint Louverture did it. Like everything in history, I saw like there's something that's bigger than the fame and the fortune.
Yeah.
Right. And the credibility that I get today, the music's amazing, but I can walk through any door to anybody, from presidents to kings to princes to every set that you could think of in the world. The comfortability is like they know that I'm not moved by anything that's vanity.
Yeah.
I've never been and I will never be moved by that. So at the end of the day, when we live in real time and we're in our bodies, it's like the humans just make certain things up. Like, because the validation that we're giving each other is from each other. Like, so we be like, oh, this person is worth this much, so this person's better than you. Or that person can run faster than you, he's better than you. You know what I'm saying? This person scored more points than you, he's better than you. Who's making these laws up? Where is this stuff coming from, right? At the end of the day, the laws of the universe, right? If you take time out and you look at history, the greater people has always been the ones that put themselves in front of the generation so the generation don't get shot. They take it for them.
Sounds very biblical. The last shall be first. You know,
but it's
first
just
shall be last.
It's a fact. It's a fact. My super billionaire friends, they always like make jokes of me. They be like, Clef don't like money. He a hippie. You know, I do like money. I love money, but money don't come before the people. It's just the way that it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be about the people first. You heard?
Yeah, man, that's deep.
That's my philosophy.
Your musical talent. Where did that come from? When did you know you had this musical talent?
Straight from the church, man.
Straight from the church.
Straight from.
How was your dad with that? Like, you know, because, you know, I think about the movie Sinners.
What type of church?
You know what I mean?
What
Like,
type of church?
Nazarene church, gospel church.
Okay.
It was straight up Pentecostal vibes. They spoke in tongues.
Yeah.
They throw you in the pulpit at 9 years old.
Yeah.
You got to be doing the James Brown. You got to be moving.
Yeah, you got to feel the spirit.
Listen, even if the spirit ain't on you, got to act like it's on you.
Hey, my mom will give me that look.
There's a lot of
You understand? Like the minute they look at you, you better start going.
Jesus Christ, where you at? 1, 2, 3, 4. I also want to ask this. I want to ask this.
Yeah.
Because me and him get bombed with this foundational Black Americans.
Oh boy.
We get bombed.
Like big time.
We were born in America. We're Nigerian American. We were born here.
First
our
gen.
friends, a lot of our friends are Black Americans.
Yeah, grew up in Black
with them.
communities, yeah.
We grew up, and it's this whole thing of, oh, you guys are tethered. This tether.
I don't even know what that means.
It's tether means something attached. The tether's like you attach to something. So I guess we're acting like we're them, but we're not really them, and we don't really belong with them. It's a lot of divisive.
Yeah.
Like you coming from Haiti, being in Brooklyn, going through what you've gone through. How do you feel about that? I don't know if anyone's ever talked to you about that. Have you heard anything about this foundational Black thing? Because they feel like, you know, if you're part immigrant, you're not foundational. I mean, we recognize we're not foundational Black, but they say you shouldn't speak for us. What? I'm speaking just for Black folks because we're all going through the same shit. Grew up in Chicago. Police harassment.
Yeah.
You know, same old call the
We had
N-word.
the same experience.
Same
but
experience.
Because our roots are, we're first gens.
Yeah.
So because of our roots, then somehow we're excluded from the experience.
Yeah. So how do you, I don't know.
Well, I think that, again, I hear everything. I see everything. I play for everybody. I'm around everybody.
Yeah.
And the conversations that I have is because I feel like the internet is louder than the one-on-one conversation.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt. Yeah.
My one-on-ones are very healthy.
Yeah.
And it's a phrase that says, l'union fait la force, which means unity is strength, right? So at the end of the day, it's very clear that the reason why you look at history, right? Because what happens is if you want to debate, then we just got to go with the facts of how history is. And the biggest part of history is this, like, why did they keep me away from you? That's all I want you to know. So if you're in America and I'm in Haiti, why did they keep me away from you, right? Because at some point, some ancestors, there was some kind of a connection. Like why they was like, okay, we're going to bring these people to Jamaica. These we're going to lead them in Africa. We're going to bring these over here, and then these are going to be shipped to America. Like, why?
Yeah.
Right? And this is a big question, right? The question is this, right? So, and the answers that question is l'union fait la force. Unity is strength. Divide is the only way that they could conquer, right? So at the end of the day, when rhetoric gets so loud, right, it's hard for people to look at what the truth is, right?
Yeah.
So at the truth, if you love Frederick Douglass, and Frederick Douglass was Black American, right? If you love Frederick Douglass, you should read what he says about immigrants. Read what he says about Haitians, right? If you look at Harlem, New York City, and you are a Garveyite, you should look at Marcus Garvey. Like, he's pretty interesting, right? He would consider himself being from Harlem. These are all part of histories that maybe you might be missing. If you look at the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, where does he come from? If you look at Harry Belafonte, where does he come from? Right? So, and I could keep going on and on and on just to say at the end of the day, you see, when we was doing the Fugees, right? And we always say like the power of the Fugees is this is what happens when a Black American gets with the diaspora and they put their arms together and they learn from each other, right? So when Lauryn is sitting there and she's like, yo, this is the Four Tops. This is Marvin Gaye. I'm like, who? She's like, yo, that's Marvin Gaye. He's a soul singer. This is Aretha Franklin. I say, yo, that's dope. And I'd be like, yo, check this out. This fella Kuti. Yo, check this out. This band called Tabu Combo. Tabu what? Tabu Combo. They out of Haiti. Yo, this Celia Cruz, she from Cuba. When you put the forces together, this becomes the most powerfulest thing on the planet. And then so I always tell people like, disagreement will always happen, but always remember that the strength is always going to be in the unity.
Yeah.
So sometimes I leave the argument and I go preach to the kids.
Yeah.
Because
you're going like, I can't waste my time with this. This is the upcoming. This
they're gonna, everyone like we're gonna leave Earth real soon.
Yeah.
So they the next one's in line. So if I can't get you, I'm gonna get them. Spread the word.
That is so dope because it does get a little exhausting because, I liken it to this, and I've said this too, especially the way we've been spread throughout the diaspora. When colonizers came into Africa and they enslaved the Africans and, took them over and enslaved the Africans and spread them throughout, Jim Crow, you have Jim Crow in the United States and slavery, and you have, everything that happened in the Caribbean and in Brazil and in Africa, and they torched one house and torched the other and did all this other stuff, and they literally split families apart. And then for generations and generations keeps everybody apart. And then the idea to me, which is so hard, but I get what you're saying, division, is that when the generational starts to come together, there's some of the same people that you're saying, you're not a real one, you're not, foundationally Black Americans, could be the very person that is your fourth, fifth, or sixth cousin, and you're saying that we're not together, you know what I mean? And that to me is the power of division, and why you're saying that the only way to erase that is with unity. Because when you bring all of that together and the different experiences, because we all know the circumstances, we all know what happened, now we start putting our experiences together to make dope music, to make dope changes.
So when me and my Black American friends, right, I have, it's like, to them, I'm more Black American than I'm Haitian, right? So we have like, and again, it's good, because my thing is like, yo, why do you feel like that? Right? Because I want to know, like, well, why is it you feel like that? Because I remember like being little and being in school, and they'd be like, oh, these damn Haitians, they're getting straight A's, right? And like, it's like, well, what do you want us to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if we go home and that report card ain't right, they're gonna like take us and hang us upside down. Bro, it's either we get an A or we gonna trace the A into the.
Hell yeah, we make it. I did that one time.
Oh, hold on. Did you ever get the report card?
Hell yeah, I went like that.
They had the carbon copies. They put it, the carbon copy ones. I was at Audubon Middle School, and I would go like this, and I look in through, and I'm like, oh, shoot, because if you opened it before my dad got home, you were in trouble. So I'd be sitting there with my thumb, like trying to turn that B into like, how can I make that an A with my mouth?
Straight, man, I loved F's, boy, because I could turn them to B's.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
My dad be like, damn, you got straight B, son. Yes, you straight B boy. Okay, you're gonna be okay.
You're gonna be okay.
You need to get an A, but you're gonna be okay.
Good.
My father said, when we got C's, my father used to say, that's a gentleman's grade, at least. But you can't get better than the countries. But
you could.
grade.
Oh, my gentleman's grade.
That's a gentleman's grade.
Oh, my goodness. I got a question for you, because we're just going back into childhood. And I remember, when I was talking about like how my dad was like, oh, no, just let them know they're all Africans. And I remember people used to go, I'm not African. I got Indian in my blood. I got Creole. I'm Creole. And I've always wondered, I wanted to ask you, like, I grew up thinking that Creole was like a race, because, like I've even heard people maybe even describe Beyonce's mom as like Creole.
She's a Creole lady.
Yeah, Creole, like, is Creole a language or is it a race? I genuinely don't know.
I always thought it was just light-skinned black folk.
That's essentially,
had to be like Cajun, like French, part French and part, a lot of mixing.
Creole is like gumbo. It's a mixture.
Yes. It's a mixture.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So it's racial.
Yeah, it's both. It's a race and a language. Meaning like, cause you could get someone who's super mixed. They could be like Creole, Louisiana.
Okay.
Right. You also have Cape Verdean Creole.
That's facts.
Oh.
Right. So which is another form of Creole. And now when it comes to the language of Creole, it's like, so patois, for example, is like broken English.
Right.
Right. That's so their form of Creole would be called patois. Like, you know what I'm saying to you? So it literally like the slave language broken down. Right. So in Jamaica, they don't speak Creole, they speak patois.
That's right.
And that's that
pidgin.
broken English. You speak pidgin English.
Yes.
Right. So in Haiti, Creole is like the slang, for the French. You know what I mean? So in different places, you'll see that. And then you got the mixes. You'll be like, man, she Creole. You know what I mean? Like you can see the mix. Yeah. Be like, man, that girl Creole now.
Little red bone.
She Creole.
Give me a little red bone.
So you speak how many languages?
Well, I dabble with a lot of languages because it was a gift since I was little. So I just love languages. I thought I was going to be a linguist.
Okay.
So first job, legal job, I worked in a beauty supply store. My boss was Korean. You know what I'm saying? He took me in. I used to be in front of his shop doing other things. He was like, okay, I bring you in the shop. You know what I'm saying? So you're sitting down and you know what I mean? And you're curious to start to learn. Now, for everyone who's like, Clef worked in a beauty salon store, I did. I'm going to give you a few tips here. If there's ladies watching this, it's very important.
Okay.
So if you would walk into the store, first thing I'd tell, I'd say it, I'd look at your weave and I'd say, are you looking for synthetic or human? Very important. So for the synthetic, it's like a lot of girls that are doing the long braids, they like to just go with the synthetic hair, right? The human hair is more like, you know, comedians back in the days would clown the women because, you know, you could use that ponytail, you know what I'm saying, to you within that human hair.
Right.
So that's like human hair. So, but I would try to sell you as much human hair as I can because the human hair is where I'm going to make the money. You know what I'm saying to you? And then I would convince you, sadly, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want you to keep your hair the way it is. I would offer you Revlon. You know what I'm saying? Perm, or I would offer you Precise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bad guy like me, right? I don't want you to have the afro. I do, but I need to make the money.
Money, right.
So,
you was hustling.
I was hustling. And then, so within that, I was like, yo, where's Korea? He was like, this way. How you say this? Anyang hashamika. If I tell you Anyang hashamika, you say, Anyang haseyoy.
Anyang haseo.
Anyang haseyoy. Serang hamnita. Nelposhita. So I just started dabbling with Korean language.
Kamsahamnida.
All day.
All day.
All day.
Thank you.
Yeah. So,
yeah, man, my bad.
So let's go. Let's keep going though, right?
Yeah.
And this is way before Rosetta Stone.
Word.
Right? So then you could be in the club one night, right? And then all of a sudden you hear,
It's counting.
Hey. And you go, yo, what's that?
Japanese.
And then you're counting in Japanese, right? So then literally, so phonetically, every part of the world that I would go on, I would literally be able to communicate after a while with the languages.
Like polyglot.
So naturally in Haiti, you're going to speak French, Creole, Spanish, English. Those are all natural.
So you grew up speaking all four of them.
Understanding all four languages and speaking them. But the reason why I'm lazy in Spanish is because I just wanted to learn the Spanish music, right? Because when my uncle and them was playing, and I thought it was cool, so I felt it was cooler if I learned it. Because the way I learned merengue and salsa, because as a kid, I could hustle and gig.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of the bands were playing. So you get what I'm saying? So I was lazy. That's why I'm able to write all this Spanish music. People never took time out and be like, hold up. This wrote like the biggest Spanish hits. How is he able to do that? Is he Spanish? You know what I'm saying to you? So,
that's
so
full
again,
circle.
and I don't fall for the buffoonery. Yeah. Haiti, Santo Domingo, Cuba, Puerto Rico. Yeah. Like it's not, like you're not going to tell me we all are not a bunch of mixer or roco pollo.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah. But you ever see me like, you seen me, I was on this other thing. So when we was little, we had a group called Rap Translator and we would literally like go, like, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be one of our things, like literally like, you know, like, 1-4. Let me settle the score. Clef. I flipped the language. I could go from English to the Spanish, like, mira amiga, buenos días, señorita. ¿Cómo está usted y su familia? Estoy yendo bien en el micrófono. Espero que todos están bien como yo. Yo, your viewers ain't convinced. They might get convinced when I'm flipping in French, like, quand je marche dans la vallée de l'amour, je ne crains aucun mal, quand tu es avec moi. Quand je fais l'amour, on m'appelle Romeo. C'est l'histoire de ma vie, toujours les plus haut. Americans say, how you doing? German people say, wie geht's? When I go to Germany, they say, wie steht's? If you love hip hop, let's have some Spaß. Tell me, baby girl, wie wären das? I could do that all day, language to language to language.
Nice.
So,
Dang,
so one of our early group,
nice.
yo, one of our
That was dope. Très bien, man.
yeah, one of our early groups was called Rap Translators,
Right.
Because we would rap in multiple languages.
That's sick.
Yeah, man.
So when because you were, you know, a PK preacher kid. So how did your father feel about you getting into quote unquote secular music?
He never knew.
He never knew. Oh, you hit it?
Hit it till by the time he found out, it was already like.
Before, I mean, did he find out what the Fugees?
Well, first time he found out, he kicked me out the church, right? He was like, yo, you can't serve two masters at once. And I was like, Dad, don't worry. I'm only going to serve one master. And then, so when I told him that, then I feel, you know, you're a kid. I don't want to get kicked out. I don't want to go homeless. So I'm going to tell him anything.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I got to get another scheme. So now I made sure I never played around with the church. I was there every Sunday. So, you know, even when he put me out, like sometimes he think I'm coming from the club, right? I was always make sure he would never, there'd be no evidence to track me down.
Yeah.
I become a Fugees, all of that. He don't care about none of that. My dad is a straight churchman. One day, but he's a mechanic. So he's a preacher, but he's a mechanic. Hardcore immigrant, when I tell you. So one day, he's, that's how I got crazy love for cars from my dad.
Wow.
One day he under the hood, and then Mexican dude like, Gessner, you look like this rap kid. He have same forehead like you. Same forehead. You have forehead. And he's like, what's his name? He said, Wyclef Jean. He said, Wyclef Jean? That's my son. The Mexican just said, no, that's not your son. He's a millionaire. If he's your son, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. And then that's when my dad came back, he called me and he was like, what you do for a living?
Why you true story?
True story, man.
What you do for
What you do for a living? What you do for a living?
And then what you say?
I like that. I told you I was going, you know, be a rapper and stuff. But you turned, he was like, rapper? Drug dealer stuff?
Drug dealer stuff.
And I was like, nah, Dad, I told you, like John in the Bible, I told you, like, you know, how you name me Wyclef Jean, I'm going to be a reformator.
Yeah.
And I'm going to reform my generation through words. You know what I'm saying? I had told him that. When I told him that, he didn't receive it well, so I never told him again.
Yeah.
So then now I was able to have that conversation with him.
Yeah, when he was listening.
And he said, okay, boy, okay. And I would still go to the church, you know what I'm saying? And could you imagine? I'm a big Fugees. He never comes to no show. Father never came to a Fugees show, nothing. So one day, just so you know how gangster my dad is, like this dude ain't impressed by anything. He be on the couch like Al Bundy. Like this dude's not impressed by nothing.
Yeah.
So one day I remember going to him and I was like, Dad, you won't believe it. Read this. And he takes it, he goes, invitation to the White House. President Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton don't do nothing for you. He don't do nothing for me. Click, he go back to his remote. Yo, I just want to give you like a character.
There's nothing. He was not fazed by anything.
Nothing. So I was like, yo, I got to get my dad to like a show before he died, right? So one day I was like, I'm like the first rapper to ever perform at Carnegie Hall with full sheet music, an orchestra, like the sheet music, everything. So first.
Yeah.
Dope.
Not showing up like write the whole curation and all of that. So that I put this together again because I was like, yo, you know, this hall is important and us black people, we don't get to get in this hall. You know what I'm saying? It's that thing we talked about. So I did the whole curation. That night was Charlotte Church, Stevie Wonder, Beyoncé, Destiny Child, Stevie Wonder. Anyone get a chance, watch it. Wyclef and Friends at Carnegie Hall.
Oh, wow.
So I told my dad, I'm doing a gospel show. So he comes, because he's like, you know, he's like, yo, what are you going to be? I'm like, yo, I'm doing these, what you doing? I'm like, I'll be a witness, a sanctified witness. I said, Dad's going to be crazy. The whole choir coming, oh, happy day, oh, happy day. You know, he amped. So, you know, he gets his nice suit, and then he goes to this Carnegie Hall. You know, I make sure like he's in the middle with his long beard looking like Moses. And you know, and you know how they are, like they super
very stoic. He's just
very stoic.
Very stoic.
Looking around like, you know what I'm saying? And the show starts, right? And it's all my shows, so from the curation and everything. And I see him laughing up there. And keep in mind, I have everyone you could think of in that room.
Yeah.
I stopped, I was like, yo, tonight is the most specialist night for me.
Yeah.
Because I got the biggest superstar here.
Yeah.
I got my dad. And to me, that was like one of the biggest validations, you know what I'm saying? And then after the show, he comes backstage, you know what I'm saying? And now this is where, you know, the son is waiting for like, all right, now this dude gonna learn, like, you gonna learn today, Dad, you know what I'm saying to you? And then he starts off with his usual parables, right? He said, amongst everybody, he said, boy, do you know when you make it? I said, oh, here he goes again. No, Dad, when do I know make it? He said, you know you make it. When the people show up in the arena, they don't see the color, they see the man. Ooh. That's when you know you make it. You make it.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You validated that.
Did you cry?
Did you ball out?
Of course I balled out, man.
Of course.
I mean, that's like, you know how hard it is? Because I be seeing like so many of us, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we go through it. All we be trying to do is get validated.
Yeah.
We look for that validation from our parents. Like a lot of people, whether you're an athlete, it could be a young. I watch some of like my cousins, and they have their kids who potentially amazing athletes, like they on their way in different things. And sometimes I'd be like, damn, they so hard with them, right? And I know like sometimes the kids are just waiting, like to get that trophy, and they're gonna be like, yeah. Talk to me now, you know what I'm saying to you? So
I heard Steve Harvey say this on the pivot, and it really messed me up in a good way, because he says that you realize that nobody is going to want you to succeed more than your father. You know, like people you go out and competing against you, and they're like, but there's nobody like, so when a father gives you, like, I'm proud of you. Like the very first time my father told me that was in 2008. I was already done with my NFL career. And my dad said, Gummy, I'm proud of you. Man, I'm on the phone. I'm like, I just started crying because they don't hand those out.
Nah, they
so
don't.
when you get that, it's like, it is the most precious thing. My dad never had to tell me that again. I didn't need that validation
My father didn't watch none of my comedy. But when I got on CNN, because, you know, immigrant dads love the news. And so my father is CNN. It's local news, CNN, and what's it, the night one, nightly news. It's always just that. That's it. That's my dad. So I remember the whole Michael Richards thing when he went off.
Of course.
And you know, I was with Richards the week before that, hosting a show, saw him snap on an old lady. So he just does that. I've seen him told an old lady was like, because he was on stage bombing, and an old lady in the balcony at the Laugh Factory goes, you're funnier on Seinfeld. And he said, you little, he just went off. Oh yeah, I've seen him go off. So this thing happens with Michael Richards about the N-word thing. So CNN, they call me, hey, they want you on CNN to talk about what happened with Michael Richards. Man, I got on there just to talk about like, oh, you know, but what do you think as a comedian? My father, the whole Nigerian, everybody in Chicago. My son is on CNN. You see, I didn't see none of my comedy. But he said, you spoke very well. So happy. Now that made me feel good.
You on CNN, baby.
Yeah, they on CNN, not Comedy Central.
Nah, CNN. I get it.
I want to talk about some of your musical experience, and you know, before we wrap things up. I've heard you tell this story a million times, and it never gets old to me. But rather than you telling the story again, you've told the famous story about Whitney Houston, and Whitney Houston telling you that, like, no, I didn't miss a note. I bent the note. What does bending a note, and how do you bend a note?
The way that you bend a note.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go, baby.
I'm just saying. So so see if I go like this, dun 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 dun, right? But now if I want to bend it, I go.
Oh wow! Like blues.
So you could either then you be like bend it. So she bend the note. So literally, I'm on my love is your love and your love is my love, right? So I was hearing it, and she was like, it would take an eternity to find you, and the chin of a star couldn't hold you. But the hold you just kept sounding flat to me. but it wasn't flat. It was like she bend it like, hold you, like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So verses are going, so verses me going, hold you, right?
Yeah.
Now watch, she went, hold you. And I couldn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to me, I was like, yo, it's flat. No, it's just that her ear is so advanced. Like she got like dolphin ears.
Yeah.
She be hearing that stuff the whales hear.
What was it like working with her, man? Like
Whitney
that,
Houston.
she's I mean, she's, to me, the best vocalist ever on the planet ever. Like she was a national treasure. Like,
Yeah, I
national
mean,
treasure.
yeah, and then that's the one I knew. You know what I'm saying? Her dad, church folk, you know what I mean? So she was an angel.
That's dope.
You don't make them like that no more. Because what happened is, you know, she knew her power, right? But she was just so kind and so sweet,
Yeah.
right? But it was like when she opened her mouth, like she could just out-sing anyone with barely singing.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like, because remember, Whitney could just sing the song.
Yeah.
Like she ain't gonna do like, she sings the song and then in the middle of the song, bro, she just does this one thing, you know what I'm saying? And that one thing, we could remember it, you know what I'm saying? Whether if it's the Star Spangled Banner,
Right.
whether if it's in Bodyguard, whether if it's My Love, Your Love. She,
My
as far
Love.
as like the human,
Yeah.
you know, the most amazing, one of the most amazing people. You know, when I was in the studio with Whitney, her daughter, Whitney's daughter was there
Christina.
too. Christina was there, and Bobby was there. And here's maybe what some people don't know. I had Bobby Brown singing background on My Love's Your Love.
No.
Boom.
Oh,
Did I
didn't
drop
know
a
that.
shell? I dropped a shell. Here's a part of the story you ain't know.
What?
Yep.
He was
did.
singing background.
I had Bobby tucked in there. Yep.
And Christina, Bobby Christina, she's like, sing, mommy, right?
I had to do that.
Yeah, sing,
I had to
mommy.
do that outside. Her mom ain't even know she did that. Cause what it was her mom was in the booth and she was sitting by me.
Yeah.
And then when the record was happening, you know, she was like, sing, mommy. And I looked at my engineer and I was like, get the mic, right? You know, set up the mic so she doesn't freak out or see what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow, yeah.
And I said, what'd you just say, girl? And she was like, sing, mommy. And then I had it recorded and I saved it.
Dope.
And then so Whitney didn't hear it
Yeah.
until like I put the record together, me and my cousin Jerry Wonder. And she was like, yeah, when she heard it.
What did she do? What was her response? Do you remember her response when she?
I mean, it was just cheek to cheek, you know?
Yeah.
Because her whole existence is for her daughter.
Yeah.
Her whole existence, her whole living, her whole, right? And then
Yeah.
she hears her daughter on a record saying, sing, mommy. That's all she lives for.
Man,
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you got the story too with Michael Jackson. I don't believe it because I never heard you tell this story, but I read this story of you hanging up on Michael Joseph Jackson, born August 29th. Like,
You know his birthday,
yeah,
don't you? Look at you.
yeah, Gary, Indiana. You didn't really hang up on Mike, did you?
I did.
Why?
You
What
thought it
was-
was
I thought it was a prank.
Yeah. Exactly.
I thought it was my man playing a prank. Because what the hell Michael Jackson calling me for?
Right.
That's Michael Jackson.
Word.
I'm in the middle. I'm in front of the Chinese store, man. In the hood, trying to get
Where were
4
you?
chicken wings fried hard.
Where?
I need 4 chicken wings fried hard. 1108 South Orange Avenue, Newark, New Jersey. In front of
Man.
my daddy church.
Man.
I need 4 chicken. Ni hao ma. Let me get 4 chicken wings on me fried hard. Bring. Big phones. Look like drug dealer phones.
Oh, the brick ones.
Hey, hello, Mr. Michael. You know, and you pick up and say, hello, it's Michael Jackson. Out of here, click.
Let me get 4 wings fried
I
on.
need 4 wings.
Playing game Michael Jackson on the phone, man. Out of here, man. Let me get that duck sauce through. You be bull.
Come on, man. I don't got time. I don't got time for this.
Yo,
man.
it's Michael Jackson. Look at this mother.
Get the hell out of here, man. Oh my goodness.
Beat it.
Yeah.
Oh.
When he called back, man, and
He called back.
I noticed who that was, man, I lost all the bass in my voice, man.
What the hell?
Every bass went. I was like, hey, Mr. Michael Jackson. How you doing,
How long
son?
did you talk to him for?
We talked a while. He was literally in Asia. and he saw Gone to November video. And he was like, yo, I got to get a hold of this dude. I got to talk to him. Because, you know, again, like, I'm a very visual person. Like, I was saying, like, off camera, when I do music, I could see the whole thing. So, you know, I was like, yo, Gone to November, violins in the airport. You know, I'm already thinking in my head. So he's, again, like, you know, Mike is one of them dudes. So he was just like, yo, I admire it. When I come to New York, I'm gonna come see you in the studio. So he came to New York, and I was working at the Hit Factory, and bro, I never knew that they had this secret elevator, cause I thought I was the man, cause I come up on a different elevator. You feel what I'm saying to you?
And it was like another one for Mike. A better one, a better one.
They don't ever use it until Mike is in town.
It's Michael's elevator.
Yo, listen, I ain't gonna even hold you. I'm in the booth. I just look up, and it looked like Mike just popped up out of thin air, man, right in front of the booth. Like they literally had an elevator, and they never told me about this, in the back. And then so literally he comes up, and he literally is walking right in the studio.
That's sick. Damn.
So that dude's walking straight to me. We all freaking out.
Yeah.
You know, that's the time he had the mask.
Oh, wow.
You feel what I'm saying? We all freaking out. And he coming in, hearts is racing like everybody. Like I seen killers in there.
Yeah.
I'm talking about that did like 15 years, 20 years in Rikers Island. Bushman them say, Lord Clark, Michael Jackson.
he did that with the Bloods and Crips too.
The shotters are like, my God.
Yeah, he had that thing where he could just make everybody feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Did Mike pay you for that?
For what?
For when you guys collaborated? Because I know you worked on Blood on the Dance Floor, right?
Yeah, I did Blood on the Dance, but this was like after Blood. I did a whole thing for him. And because what it was, at the time, we always getting in the studio working on music, and then collectively, he's going to figure out what he was going to keep. You see what I'm saying to you?
Okay,
so it's so crazy because the other day online, there was like, oh, Wyclef Jean, Michael Jackson song for sale. Lost files from Hit Factory Studio, right? So I guess like his estate is probably trying to sell something. But if they sell anything of what I worked on, I would definitely.
Oh, you would get paid for that?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
I don't, my whole power is my catalog. You know what I'm saying? I don't play.
Catalog? Or some of it, all of it, some of it, none of it?
Everything I write, I better own. My parents better have raised me. I don't play. Maria, anything. I don't play, man.
Damn. That was the number one song in the world one time.
Yeah.
Number one in the world.
How does that happen? Because you hear all these artists. I don't know the business.
Yeah, the selling of their
product.
Because somebody give up their rights.
Yeah, they sell, they publish. Like you can sell, like Justin Bieber, he sells his publishing.
Yeah, he sold his, right.
For $143 million. Right? Something like that. Like ridiculous. A lot of people sell their publishing for a whole lot of money.
So it's kind of like real estate then, right? Like he's just like
you can hold it. Yeah, you build it. You know what I'm saying to you? So I'm fortunate.
So would you ever sell yours?
My publishing?
Yeah.
I mean, in order for me to do that, well, let's think about this.
Okay.
My daughter is okay for the rest of her life.
Okay.
Wife's great for the rest of her life. My nieces, everyone's okay.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just let it build, and then something happen to me, then it could go to them. Because like when it goes to them, then they could live like a legacy, like the Bob Marley stuff. You know what I'm saying to you? So,
well, that's dope. And because now what you're talking about, just like you were talking about speaking to the kids, you're now building generational wealth. So anybody that comes, you know, with bearing your name from your tree. My daughter would inherit everything that I have. You know what I mean? And then again. So what if Jeff Bezos walked up to you and said, hey, I'm gonna give you $200 million for your catalog?
No, I would tell Jeff, let's start a business. Like I have the catalog thing is what it is, but I already have 5 or 6 ventures that I'm starting in the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
That I feel will get me to where I need to get to.
So
you can't
walked away from $200 million, by the way.
But what is that gonna do for me though? Right? Because if I need to get a private plane, I can. If I need to be in a yacht in Saint-Tropez, I can. What is the 200 million gonna do for me or for my daughter? Because if you offer me 200 million, that means that if I keep it for my daughter, she could become a Jeff Bezos.
Woo!
You understand?
So that means your catalog is worth more than $250 million.
I have a pretty lucrative catalog.
Yeah.
Every month, people are licensing Wyclef songs. Okay, so I had heard a song the other day. I think it was Nigerian artist. What's my? It was Wizkid and
Davido.
the 911. Did you hear the 911? Yo, which song was the? Huh? Yeah, Iris Star and Wizkid. They did 911. Endless. So the way that you hit it, it's like real estate. So anytime someone wants to use your music, they have to pay you.
Yeah.
So it's like the NFL, they couldn't just use Hips Don't Lie like that.
Right.
I have to clear it.
Right.
Right. So, but that's what I was telling you. And this is what I tell artists, don't fall for the okie doke. Because when they was telling me you should be doing music for the radio, I was like, no. I should be doing music for the world. You out your mind? Radio ain't gonna be that powerful in a minute. And look where you at right now. 10 million people Google me a month. Over billions of streams, right? And then I'm a dude who used to sell cassette tapes. I've survived the cassette, the CD, the digital, to now I'm in streaming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? So no, I think the catalog stays for the family. I think so.
That's cool that you've been able to build something like that. And then, I know you put in, people have seen this before, and you probably know this because you appreciate that, but the beef with Tupac, how did that come about? Because, it just didn't seem like, you and Pac should have ever been in that same type of universe of beefing. Like, how did that whole thing pop up?
I mean, I'm a peaceful guy, man. I don't be, am I not a nice guy?
You are, man.
Well, you know when you first walked in.
Like funny like how? Like funny, I'm getting abused.
But
no, funny like how?
When you walked in, we're like, what's up? You're like, I come with killers. And I was like, damn. I was like, well, thanks, Wyclef. It's like, I come with killers.
Yo, don't listen to him. It's a keyboard killer.
He liking that palm wine, though.
Yeah, man. Front Street.
Like that palm wine, all right.
Baby juice in there. He talk loud. Now look, I tell you, the Haitian don't play. Haitian don't play, man.
I'm Haitian, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, man.
Man, all I could do is say, man, when you young, you feel what I'm saying to you? It's like, we're talking about like 30-something years ago, right? So it's like, when somebody have beef with one person, everybody's just associated and you part of the beef. You understand what I'm saying to you? So it's like me, but I'm always ride with my family.
Yeah.
My family's my family and I don't budge from that. You know what I mean? But again, it's like the way that our world works is whatever pack you with, when they come to hit, anyone from the pack can get hit. You know what I'm saying? And I never denounce anybody that I ever moved with from childhood on up. You know what I'm saying to you? So, but again, it's all love. I had no problem, man, and respect the dude. You know what I'm saying? So even from it was like the Fugees. It was like the Fugees. The Fugees, they be singing "Killing Me Softly."
Roberta, I remember the first time I heard that, and my mom said, "That is Roberta Flack," and I was like, Mama, that's not Roberta Flack. That's the Fugees. Yeah, she was like, that's the first time I ever heard of Roberta Flack, but because of the generational difference.
I know you guys have been up and down with like a Fuji returning. Is there another album coming? You guys think there's?
Man, we was right now, me and Lauryn were touring, you know what I mean?
Which is great.
Prize situation, I can't really.
I definitely know Prize's situation.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so.
That's your cuz, right?
Yeah. So, and then all I could say is, again, all I could say is I really hope that they consider some, with clemency, him getting a pardon. I really hope, because I felt like that sentence was insane.
That's insane.
You know what I'm saying? The sentence was insane. And then at the end of the day, what's that, when homie shot Kennedy, and then he was like, I'm just a patsy. I'm just a patsy.
Oh, yeah, Oswald.
Remember? And then they popped him.
And Jack Ruby.
Yeah, right? He was like, I'm just a patsy. Because I think, like, at the end of the day, because they couldn't get all the big fishes that they were looking for, they made an example.
Yeah.
But I'm praying that Pras gets clemency. I don't know Pras to have any form of criminality in him ever. And I've known him since he been a kid.
Yeah. I hope that was I would love to, because that score is.
Yeah.
The song itself is my. That's my.
Diamond D produced that.
Listen.
One.
Diamond D, that's such a Diamond D beat too. Oh my!
And it's timeless too. That album is timeless. Some albums, over time will go, it just kind of loses, but that is literally timeless. It doesn't matter when you listen to it, and it's not just because that happened during my era. Like when I find my kids listening to it, like I've got a 17-year-old. They're gonna find it.
Yeah, but it's like we found Bob Marley.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Like we gonna find, because if the music is pure,
no doubt.
It's like the way they found Miseducation by Lauryn Hill.
Oh,
the kid, a 17-year-old, that's their jam. So if you stick to if the shit is pure, and like you stick to your guts, they gonna find it.
Yeah,
they're gonna find it eventually.
In your memoir, you actually talked about you discussed the dynamic relationship with you and Lauryn Hill. How did you guys balance that? Like, professionalism and, being on tour, being rock stars. Like, how did you guys balance that? Because, in the day and age of TMZ and everything's getting out, but you guys did an amazing job balancing that relationship.
I mean, this was 35 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Again, we were young.
Yeah.
And, if I could go back, I'd probably do a lot of things different. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah. And then I started off definitely, I could just tell you the most amazing thing now is like when I show up and, all her kids are hugging me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm Uncle Wyclef. You know what I'm saying to you? Like I'm Unc now, you know what I'm saying to you? But, I tell people, we were like teen stars, you know what I'm saying to you? So it's like at the end of the day, for teen stars to survive 35 years later and still look like themselves, where you see what's going on now, like with teen stars, it's no joke. I would just say the backbone of family is important. And then I think forgiveness is important, right?
How do you define forgiveness?
Forgiveness, like you have to admit you're wrong. You get what I'm saying to you? So I was like, I feel like I'm wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like a man, like you have to take responsibility. Yeah. You can't be like, yo, man, nah, right? And I think like that's the thing men don't do. Like they don't like taking responsibility. Because, two wrongs don't make it right.
Right.
They said 2 wrongs don't make it right. So if I'm wrong, I ain't trying to fight. Yeah. So if you accept responsibility, then forgiveness, then you can get to a level of like reconciliation, right? Yeah. Okay, now how do we pack it and put it together?
Yeah.
Right? And it's an amazing journey because to know like Lauryn is one phone call away, or she knows like I'm one phone call away, it's a great thing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like your childhood band is like being with the Beatles, you know what I'm saying to you? And then we look at Pras, it hurts us, you know what I'm saying?
Right. We got some West African food we want to bring out just to have you be part of it. You've been to how many African countries?
Oh, you want me to count?
Oh, sure.
That's
we're playing a counting game.
54.
I've been to
54?
No.
I've been to 8.
He's been to 8. I've been to about 4.
I've been to way more than 8, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have.
Double digits?
Of course.
Okay, so double digits. Over breaking, I want to break some bread. We've got, some Nigerian food here, I believe. We got Nigerian food here. We wanted to have you.
What you gonna have? You gonna have the rice?
We've got our very own Chef Timmy. We got Chef Timmy.
Hey, Clef. What up with you, family?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
Appreciate that, man.
Beat it.
I knew this was gonna be the rice coming in.
You knew
Get out the way,
Really,
man.
I know what the rice.
Real men is eating right now.
Chef Timmy, what we got, man?
We're having the jollof, the traditional jollof rice.
You know, I
to
know you
connect
was
you
bringing
with
the jollof from. I know I.
You know,
Well, he heard that you got the, you did your ancestry. You saw that,
Big time, man.
go back to
Yeah.
Nigeria, so we had to do it right.
And I got to let you know, you got me in a lot of trouble growing up, man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, your record was so big in Nigeria. Would use the cassette tapes to record in between commercials and stuff. And whenever my parents left for work, all my neighbors will hear was do south.
I used to play ball at the YMCA,
you know,
in
in
LA.
LA.
Someone first say, "K, hey,
sir.
I seen that boy get rid of the Sunday. What about? Hey, you need to chill with the gunplay. Hey,
So they always call my parents and say, "Hey, you need to tell your son to turn down the music and stuff." So, hey.
Tell Wyclef. That's all I mean. So we got this. We got jollof rice. What else?
We got the jollof rice, we got the sauteed goat, and the diced plantains to go with that.
amazing.
Yes, sir.
I want to I appreciate that, man. This is pretty good. This versus Haitian food. What's the difference?
Okay, so I got mad Haitians watching this right now.
Okay.
All right. So
I didn't ask you what was better.
but I got to get into it.
Okay.
I'm a foodie, man. So
Sweet.
and then we talked earlier about spice,
Okay.
right? And we always say they could put us in chains, they could try to move us all around, but through the music and through the drums, we connect to the spice.
That's right.
So when I taste the rice, it's like I'm tasting something at home. We call it pima. Pima, right? Or pickles. Pickles is like, it's a mix of like the hot pepper, but it's almost like you could taste it. Like it's pretty hot, but after I taste the rice, then it gives me like that back effect. You know what I mean? So that feels like home. I haven't tasted the goat yet, but this goat, just looking at it, again, right? So we have anyone who's looking at this from Haiti, if I was to ask you what this goat look like right now, and if you really know about Haiti, the thing that is gonna pop up in your comments is called tasso.
Tasso. What is that?
Tasso, it's like goat. Fried goat.
Fried goat.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I would go to
It's lightly
tasso.
fried. And,
in
yeah.
Miami. I would go to Tap Tap.
Yeah, tap tap.
I go to
yeah.
Tap Tap and
Oh, you never
throw-
went to Chef Creole?
Yeah, I know. I would just know about Tap Tap
Yeah.
because I was walking.
Yeah.
Said Haitian, what?
Yeah.
Went in there and I would just stay there and eat the beignets. I would eat all that.
Yeah.
I never had Haitian.
Man, what?
Oh, wow.
Okay, we got to make that happen, man.
Oh, yeah, we got
All
you.
right. Well, I'll let you fellas enjoy.
No, for real, we
Appreciate
gotta
it,
make that happen. Why?
Thank you, brother.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
You gotta tell
Yeah.
Wyclef where you at.
Whenever you want a taste of that Nigerian side of your roots, we're located downtown LA. It's called Mayowa Kitchen, and we got you on
You got
everything.
that, Anthony? Maiwa Kitchen. We go
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I'll give you a
fish.
card at the end of the show, too.
All right, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, man.
appreciate it.
Sorry
Chef
for getting you in trouble.
Hey, it's okay.
Well, you know what's not going to get anyone in trouble? Hopefully not. Quantum Leap. You have a new album, but the way you're releasing your album is different, and it's probably have never been done quite the way you're doing it.
I've never been done, period.
Period. Tell us more about Quantum Leap.
So I'm dropping 7 albums in the course of 1 year with 7 genres.
Wait, I'm sorry, 7 albums in 1 year?
Yeah, like 12 months. Meaning in 12 months, you're going to get 7 albums, right? With 7 genres. And then the final album comes out in June, where I celebrate the 30th year anniversary of the Carnival. Now, every album you can trace back to the roots of the album, right?
Yeah.
So the first album, Clef Notes, is out. It's been out for 2 weeks. Y'all gonna go listen to it, and then y'all gonna hit me with the review.
Okay.
Okay.
And listen,
All right.
please don't be kind.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'm so deep into what I'm doing. I've been working on it for 7 years. And I feel that when people hear good music, they're gonna spread it. Right? And then so that's the thing. So what I'm doing is, it's like I'm challenging the algorithm right now. Right? I'm showing, because if you my age and my generation and you want to put music out, you gotta put the work in.
Yeah.
And the work can be hello, I have a single coming out. I got an album. No one cares.
Right. Oh, the African spice. Hey, the African spice
got you. We got you, Haiti. The spice got him, man.
The African spice.
He's like, yo, you got
wait, come on. If I die, you got water right behind you.
It's like, ah. Yeah, that thing.
So we got Clef Notes.
Yeah.
After Clef Notes, I'm going back to my jazz roots. It's called Q Theory. And Q Theory is inspired by Quincy Jones, who brought me to Montrose Jazz Festival. Think when you see Fela Kuti, and then when he go back home, he bursts Afrobeat.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, every time I heard jazz, as a young little prodigy, I heard it different.
Yeah.
After that, we're going to take you to Kingston, Jamaica. One Night in Kingston, my first One Drop album. After the One Drop, we're going to take you to church, the gospel album.
Oh, okay, Pops.
After the gospel, we're going to take you to the country album. Now, everybody, hold up. If they say, hold up, what do Clef knows about country music, right?
Yeah, talk about it.
I'm the first one ever in history to record a hip-hop country dub album. Kenny Rogers, Pharoah Marsh. Go back, listen to the Clef thing. After that, I did Big and Rich. After that, I'm the only rapper who ever on the damn planet that got called by Rick Rubin to do the Johnny Cash tribute. Go look it up. You'll see me up there with my guitar and my top hat. How I learned country music? Through my mama. You know what I'm saying? She taught me like early country music like Alabama. Devin went down to Georgia, Charlie Daniels.
Charlie Daniels band.
Yeah, so
sing me some mountain
all of that,
music.
you know what I'm saying? So it was like we was in the hood, but all of that stuff we like used to listen to.
Hell yeah, we did, sure
So
did.
the production, I'm bringing back that kind of energy.
Anything with Shabuzi?
I'm hoping, you know what I'm saying to you? Yeah, I love Shabuzi.
Yeah,
he's dope. But this is like, remember, like, it's me, so what I'm about to give you, it don't exist. Like, it's like, whatever you thinking now, you gotta think like 7 years ahead, you know, like my brain.
Yeah.
So it's like, cause what I'm doing with all of these albums is like hybrid. Cause if you grew up with the past, it just sounds like the past and the present. So like, you'll like it, but then my daughter will love it. You know what I'm saying to you? So after that, we got the
country.
Grown and Sexy.
Grown and Sexy, okay.
The R&B album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You already know what that's gonna be like.
Yeah,
you know, I'm gonna talk that pain. You know, my style of singing, you know what I'm saying? I be talking for the fellas like, someone. I be talking for y'all, man.
Oh, man.
Always up.
But we appreciate it, though.
I gotta cry for y'all.
We need that. You got what I need. Only you.
Oh, my goodness.
And then the last album is called Le Mardi Gras. And Le Mardi Gras is pretty interesting because it's going to be a mixture of like when I did Carnival Part 1.
Okay.
So, but Le Mardi Gras, it's going to have Afro beats on it.
Okay.
Now, everything that I tell you, it's not just on it because I'm trying to ride the train.
Right.
Do you know about me and Afro beats, my relationship, or no?
No, I don't. I actually don't know.
Now, this is very important. We're about to break it up here.
All right.
Long time ago, before Afrobeat exploded, when I went to Nigeria, I was doing records with Two-Face, Sound Sultan, D'banj. Keep in mind, this is no explosion to have Afrobeat yet.
Right.
So everybody go online, there's a record I did called I'm So Proud to Be African.
Okay.
This is 20-something years ago. This is before the explosion. So, again, everything that you're hearing is not a now. It's like before people's on it, I'm on it, right? So as we move towards the future, I want to celebrate what happens when you put that Afrobeat against that Coupe Kluge from Haiti.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And mix it with what's going on in Congo, you know, and then throw it back in Cuba, you know, let it go to Mexico, then come back to Brooklyn. So Le Mardi Gras.
I actually saw that. I saw that.
So Le Mardi Gras is like, that's that trip. You know what I'm saying too? That's that unification. That's that global. So it starts with Clef Notes. And the first one, the features is Lil Wayne.
Okay.
G Herbo.
Yep.
Andra Day.
I love Andra Day.
Andra Day.
Yeah, from San Diego.
Yeah, Andra Day's killer.
Yeah.
And
Joe.
Rap City.
Yeah.
And then I have a song called Freedom, and the remix is with Carlos Santana.
Let's go.
Yeah, and the remix with Carlos Santana. And then I have the remixes for like each, like Mr. October, the remixes is like English, Creole, Spanish. So the remix for Mr. October is with Tsunami Surf.
Yeah.
Tsunami Surf is one of the biggest battle rappers to come out of Jersey, but amazing. So again, one of the best battle rappers in the world is barring on this record with the Unk, right? And again, I feel like these stories need to be told, but my generation, y'all can't complain. Y'all got to be able to be in the paint, because the only thing that the kids are going to respect is if you could hold your own in the paint. So 7 albums, never been done before. So don't judge me now. Judge me after June on these 7 joints.
Okay, so I got to ask you about the skit that you did with David Chappelle. Probably one of the funniest skits I've ever seen. That was hilarious as hell. How did that skit come about? Because I know David Chappelle choked the hell out of you in that skit.
Well, Dave's my brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, you know, Dave is just the pulse of the generation.
No doubt.
And I did the original, you know, I pulled up on Making of the Band. And Making of the Band, I had got the call from Puff. And Puff was doing Making of the Band. And he was like, yo, we need Clef for Making of the Band. He was like, yo, I got these kids. And then out of all the kids, there was one, his name was Dylon. And shout out to Dylon. I don't want to...
I remember Dylon.
Dylon.
Okay, you know already.
I remember.
Yes.
So inside of this thing, as a producer, I don't play when I'm in the studio, meaning like I got to get the work done. So, you know, I had the line, you know, you could either make the song or not make the song. You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
And at the time, you know, it wasn't a good thing. Like Dylon, literally, you know, you could see like he wanted to kill me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just not what you could either, I mean, I'm me, man, I'm the best in the world, blah, blah, blah. So,
Dylon.
So then, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to Dylon stuff. So Dave Chappelle hit us, and that was the same day I think I was doing, I think I shot If I Was President, I get elected on Friday, I'm not sure. But he was like, yo, let's recreate the skit. And the thing is, like with Dave, the improv, the only thing with me is like, I just didn't know how I could stay so serious.
Yeah.
Cause I was just like laughing the out. I could not take it seriously. And then of course, Dave tapped in, you know, at the end when I was like, you could either make the song or not make the song. And then, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't give me no announcement that he was going to choke me to death. You know what I'm saying? So I got choked by the legend, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, you did.
Choke him by surprise.
But I think he made up for it because I know after Trump came after, you know, the Haitian community saying they were eating dogs and cats.
Yeah, how'd you feel about that one?
And obviously Dave Chappelle lives in Springfield, Ohio, or close to Springfield. And you guys kind of collaborated in doing.
Yeah,
like,
I went over, he did the Firehouse. I did something for him at his spot, which was amazing. You know, then again, you know, Dave's like a brother.
Yeah.
And then I would say, you know, when you say like, yo, how did you feel about, you know, when they did that or whatever? What I don't do is get distracted by antics. So at the end of the day, whenever you have elections coming up, you have different things coming up, everyone is gonna always gather their base. And based on them gathering their base, they're gonna galvanize and say, you know, what works. We've seen it in the past where a president would say, we could go back to our history says this in the West because it works, then go to the South and says something totally different. So the way that we fight these things is by things that we do. Like when we did the Firehouse, where the entire community comes out. And when the community comes out, it's all love, you know?
Cameras.
Oh, yeah.
The other day,
go ahead.
Cameron's crazy.
Cameron
said, he's just, no, Cameron was saying, I'm not African. I don't know why, I don't do the African-American thing. I'm not African, I'm black. And then, he said, yeah.
No, he said, somebody asked him that.
Someone said Africans be funky and, I mean, even Raekwon said something in a little simile about Africans being funky, but it was just, it's not all of us. You know, it's some. You know, I know some.
I know
some Africans that be a little funky. You know,
I know stanky
but
Americans.
I know funky everybody. You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask you something.
Yeah.
So as somebody who when I go around the world, I study tribes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So speaking about the funk stuff, like I went around, I was in the Amazon, I think. And it was very, very, the odor was very strong. Like the people, like the area I went in, it was very strong. But apparently that's just part of the tribe.
Yeah.
Like the stronger they smell, the more power they have. Like this is, y'all are aware, like there's certain places that are like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The stereotype though that it's one people that, you know what I'm saying, the funky this or whatever. Those antics, I used to hear them when I was in school, when I was younger. You know, that's just part of it. Haitians, they got it. Dudes used to come up to me and he'd go, HBO, I ain't talking about this show, Haitian body odor. When they run, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, again, it's these things are going to happen.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the way that you combat certain things, I always say, is because if certain things, if you fall into the rhetoric of certain things, So I always say, you know, show up.
You mentioned your wife, your daughter.
Yeah.
You've been married for how long?
I've been with my wife since I've been 19 years old.
19.
Wow.
19.
Man, it's long.
19
I'm
years
15. I'm 56.
56.
Yeah.
Man, praise God, man.
That's dope.
I guess, I mean, I'm a father, married 17 years to my wife, 4 kids. So what's that side of Wyclef like? Father, husband?
Well, I mean, the thing is, always make sure the person you pick is your best friend first. Because at the end of the day, right, evolution, you're going to go through things, the person's going to go through things, right? And in no way am I a saint.
Yeah.
So, and then, you know, being like a kid star, it's terrible because your whole life's on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
So everything is, hey, you did this, you did that, right? How do you bring it back home though?
Yeah.
Maturity. Right? You got to balance it out. Is it really worth it?
Yeah.
Right? Pros and cons, right? That's how, like I said, in Two Wrongs, went from a thug to a man.
Yeah.
And then you got to think about it like you got your daughter.
Yeah.
She's looking at you.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then you got to think like some man is going to come along and then that's going to be with your daughter.
Yeah.
And then so whatever examples you're setting with whatever feels natural is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's like when you get older, you just get more mature.
Yeah.
And then, you know, God giving you a daughter, that even make you more mature. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Right.
I got 2 of them.
Yeah. You got 2, you know what it is. But it's beautiful in this world where it's like, it's wild out there, homie.
Yeah.
It's really wild out there. You know, a lot of people try to set up, a lot of people, a lot of capping goes on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you have to have a strong family.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the limelight and you're in a profile, the thing about the internet, they could say whatever they want. If somebody could wake up with whatever narrative they want.
Yeah.
And my daughter could pop up and Dad, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like when you have a strong family, they're able to read through all the bullshit, right?
Because they know you.
They know you, and then they understand the world that we're living in, right? So at the end of the day, I always tell people, make sure what you have is not fabricated. You know what I'm saying to you? Because if it's fabricated, it ain't gonna last. It's gonna be like 2 seconds and it's gone. You know what I mean?
And not to mention that I just saw this report that now they're saying 60% of the comments generated on
Bots.
social media are bots.
Yep.
So people are literally arguing with bots. And so if your family core and your nucleus isn't strong, you very well could be arguing in the family, in the household, about what bots are saying about you and your family.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I said. Just make sure that it's not fabricated.
Yep.
Make sure that you're not in a simulation, right? Because you know what I mean? Because you got to understand, it's like real life is not simulation, but the majority of the world lives in a simulation. Yeah. Like no matter how you want to look at it, it's a bubble now. Yeah. Remember, like when I was coming up, you know, you had to, if you pulled up in that Rolls Royce, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, oh, that dude got that Rolls Royce. But now in the simulation, I can rent the Rolls Royce for a day and get a bunch of videographers. Word. And then we get the mansion. It's only going to cost us $3,000. And we shoot everything that one day.
Different clothes.
And different clothes. And listen, and now I live in that simulation for a whole year. Yeah. And trust me, in that simulation, you know, you making a call, you flying people in, you like, yo, you already know, right? You doing your dinners. This is all in you're in that kind of a world. Yeah. So what I'd say to people is just make sure that you're living in the real world. And then especially with kids. Yeah. So I would say I'll probably definitely open up on this because it's really important to me. And I won't go into it in depth, but a lot of families, you know what I'm saying, including family that I'm part of, you know, there's parts of addiction in our family, right? And it's like, I feel like I could do more as an uncle, right? I feel like, remember when we was coming up, there was like, oh, it takes a whole village to raise a kid. Yep. So I feel like sometimes drugs are just creeping in inside of the kids. Like you don't even know what's going on, the pills, the coke, the different things. And it's literally coming in underground. Yep. And then we're so busy that we're not paying attention to the core. So as we move forward as elders, we gotta make sure that we working towards saving our children, for sure.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that. I guess I gotta ask you to send us off right, man. You got the guitar here. What you got for us? And why
little Folsom Prison right now?
You always got the guitar.
Let's see what you're gonna play. You wanna hear it? Here it go.
Jollof.
They talking about jollof. He just said
jollof.
He said, wow.
Hey, what about it?
Jollof, yeah.
Spicy. Hit your throat.
Jollof.
Yeah. Let's go.
154. Come to settle the score, yeah. Wyclef Jean, yeah. Just land in California, yeah. Drama with the TSA, yeah. Wanna see if me got me papers, yeah. Problem with the immigration, yeah. But I fix the situation. Jollof, yeah. I'm eating that jollof, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Nigeria, everything is alright. Yeah, we alright, yeah. Alright. If America is the United States of America, then why can't Africa, yeah, be the United States of Africa, yeah. And if England is the United Kingdom, yeah, why can't Africa unite all the kingdoms become the United States of Africa, yeah.
Go ahead.
We in the vibe, yeah. 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 They said I'm all about peace. Why carry a piece? I'd be damned if y'all shoot me with the same bullet y'all shot Kennedy. Same bullet shot Martin in the balcony. Same bullet traveled to India and shot Gandhi. Same bullet shot John Lennon in New York City. Tupac out in Vegas. Biggie out in Cali. Same bullet traveled to the mountain of Bolivia. And then it popped Che Guevara, went from cavemen, slave men, the church screamed amen, and then they lynched men. I bought y'all the 911 before the World Trade. Knew it was a risk, I saw the future through rage shades. I tried to warn them, they ain't wanna listen. Nostradamus saw the birds, now there's two things missing. Two sons sitting, Hussein's son sitting so calm, they father Saddam hung in the prison, man. I be damned if a man put a tag in my hand, had me in the sand, shooting at the brown man. Runner become the gunner become the hunter become the hunted on America's Most Wanted. Jollof.
Hey! Oh!
Bars! Bars!
Oh my goodness! Oh
Jello!
my goodness!
New song, Jello!
I gotta do this like Arsenio. Ladies and gentlemen, Wyclef Jean!
Yeah!
Oh my goodness!
Haiti!
I honestly had like 8 more questions, and I don't think I can ask them because that right there is
you can't compete with that.
You can't compete with that. Thank you so much for rocking with us here on 154. We appreciate you.
Yeah! Jello! Jello!
154, we all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154, we bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like